All right, guys. Wendy is already drunk.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm
gonna buy Legos again because this was so fun.
No one told me this was a race.
It's not a race.
No. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Valhalla Awaits and myself, MLS, interview various YouTubers while at the same time building Legos.
Steve, what are you looking at? You are really intently looking at something.
I dropped the piece and I can't find it.
It's tougher than you think.
It got interesting. Being interviewed and trying to do Lego at the same time, harder than it seems.
It's a great guest to have on too. In the beginning, he was kind of like, as we all were at the beginning, how should we act and stuff like that. Now he's such a fun guy to be around.
I hadn't built Legos since I was a youngin', and I don't know exactly what I'm doing.
And then he said something about like a tramp stamp or something, and the girls were like, "Hey, where is that? What's this all about? I'll show you mine if you show me yours." And I'm like, "Whoa, this is not that type of stream."
All right. Welcome.
So good.
Hi,
Welcome,
everybody.
everybody.
I love the new intro.
It's good.
It's good.
So good.
I figured out a way, I think, to fit everybody in. So hopefully Solomon says something intro worthy, and then we'll get him in there too.
I have a feeling that'll happen.
Me? Never. I don't say anything noteworthy ever.
Well, keep drinking. Keep drinking. We'll see how it goes.
Everything you say is noteworthy, Solomon.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to this evening's Lego stream.
I thought Let's Go Pharaoh was going to be sleeping by now, but all right, or working.
That's
the way.
And she might have to go take a nap.
Let's get this. We'll get the this out of the way. So there's 4 drinks that's left over from Nick's stream last night.
Well, we should probably explain that a little better in case people have no idea what you're talking about.
Nick did a fundraiser stream.
Yes, he did. Last night.
Where he was taking shots for donations to the Zachariah Anderson Fund. By the way, donations are still available, and they the link for it is in the description of both mine and Valhalla's chat. But Nick was taking shots and doing all kinds of crazy stuff on his wheel of shame or whatever he calls it. Wheel of regrets. Wheel of regrets. So he's bought and paid for. There's four things. There's a tequila with sour. There's a vodka, a whiskey, and a shot of hot sauce. So I have tequila with the sour. Wendy's got the vodka. There we go. And the whiskey. There we go. There's the hot sauce. Valhalla's got the hot sauce. So we're going to make up all those drinks here today for Nicholas. You're not happy about the hot sauce?
I'm not happy about the hot sauce. I also have Patron. So
do it and get it over with.
Do the hot sauce.
With some Patron.
Are we doing it right now? We're just doing it off the bat?
Well, if you want to get it out of the way, just like a Band-Aid, right off. And then
I thought there was like conditions and stuff.
Are we making people pay for it?
Right?
No, they're already paid for it. Oh wait,
good.
No,
I'm so glad
they weren't.
Brandon.
With $380 left to crowdsource, Brandon covered the cost to Nick, I believe, but then he wanted everybody else to pitch in.
So we have $100 in donations gets us the drink, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So we needed $380 left. That was left to finish the wheel last night when we wrapped it up. So 380 was the magic number for all of you out there in our Legoland stream. That was what needs to go into the Give Send Go. All right.
All right. I'm drinking ahead, so hurry up and get that $80 in there for the.
That's okay. I'm actually enjoying a little bit of wine while we do this because it felt inappropriate to not have libations on the stream with this title.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, all right. So, Solomon, welcome to Lego Law Life and Libations.
Yay,
This is not your first time on either of our channels, but this is your first time on a Lego stream. And Solomon got probably the best and the worst Lego at the same time because you definitely made me want to go out and buy it, but I didn't. But that is one of the best Lego. I didn't even know they had this Lego. Look at that.
So it's a Technic set, and it is a catamaran.
Oh, cool.
I went on a catamaran last week. I love it.
I don't think I've ever seen that set.
I haven't either. I didn't even know it existed.
I don't think I've ever
I
seen
can't believe you didn't know that, David. It's up your alley.
I was very excited about it. So I've spoken a little bit about it. I talked about it on Shizzy Wiznut's stream, that Jen and I plan, like our 10-year plan, to move on to a sailboat and then sail the world. We wanted to be able to do that. And, we've been talking pretty seriously about catamarans versus monohulls. And so, of course, looking at boats that are way too expensive for us. But regardless, this was sort of a piece to put on the shelf and then have a reminder of what our long-term goals were. So I wanted to combine, kind of the purpose of this stream with also our long-term goals. Getting Zach out of prison is a goal, but we also have a personal life that we want to pursue. Right. So it's a big deal.
Nice. You and I are going to have to do a stream about the whole monohull catamaran debate. Because I don't think if you're going to live on it and sail around the world, I don't think you want to go catamaran. But we can have another stream.
We can have a debate about that, and we've been doing a lot of research on it actually. So we could go into it right now if you really want.
Yeah, we've got a few hours. So this is what I'm building.
This is so good.
This is Valhalla, and this is his room. And I have, if you notice behind me, I've got like bags of Legos. I've got a whole bin of Legos, and I'm going to try to attempt to recreate Valhalla's room.
What a great freeze frame too.
Why don't I just put you up here? This is what I'm trying to recreate right here. Turtle tank, shelf, desk, window.
In all of its fantastic glory.
So that's what I'm going to just free design and build. We'll see how successful I'm going to be. I'm going to start with the turtle. I already have some green Legos out, and I'm going to start with
the turtles are
nice.
People want those turtles.
Well, that's the one thing Valhalla was like, make sure you get the turtles
and
the turtle tank
in there.
Yeah, I know. I've got some clear plastic for the turtle tank. I got to build the turtle. That's where we're starting.
Outstanding.
Fantastic. I just want you to have the clip from Austin Powers, right? The turtle.
Oh, it's not Austin Powers. That's Master of Disguise.
It is Master. All right. Well, here I am getting my pop culture wrong.
Turtle Club.
By the way, I you know how on Facebook it's like, hey, 5 years ago you posted this. Do you want to share again?
Yeah.
So apparently I posted this like 7 years ago, and it's still so amazing. I had to pull it up just for this.
Oh, I love it so much.
If you guys know, if you're at all familiar with Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Yeah,
that's
there you
right.
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome.
I love that Facebook reminds me of all the awesome stuff I did in the past when no one was watching me.
I haven't had a Facebook account in like a decade almost.
That does not surprise me.
And Valhalla, what are you building?
I am building, what the hell is it called? The Dark Trooper helmet, to continue with the Star Wars helmet set theme.
Yes. Ooh, I like that one's very sexy.
Valhalla, those are white legs under your turtle tank, right? See, I gotta keep
They're
getting
2x4s. They're
2x4s. Okay. Well, I'm gonna call it white.
2x6s. That'll work. What's up, Johnny H? How you doing, buddy?
How you doing, John H? Hello, everybody.
Well, without further ado, I think I'm gonna move my camera.
All right, you do that. I really like your camera angle you've got going on there, Solomon.
I actually spent some time trying to get the angle and the lighting right, so I rearranged lamps and did all kinds of stuff.
It looks you did a good job. Thank you for that.
With the hot sauce sitting here. Jesus.
The public wants their Lego stream, and they want to see the Lego building. They love it.
I'm gonna be taking things apart.
Is this a thing?
Yeah. We can start. This is the race. It starts now. Go.
There's no race.
Didn't Joe say, I didn't know it was a race?
It's such a race. Every special guest star we have says, I didn't know it was a race. And I'm like, do you not watch our Lego streams?
It's only a race between Valhalla and I gotta figure out how to make it.
By the way,
I have done no pre-planning, by the way, Valhalla.
That means he hasn't built anything.
No. I've sat and I've looked at bags, and I got your Valhalla together. Your little
Valhalla.
mini figure.
It was good.
What do we think of the Valhalla chat? Isn't it amazing?
I like it.
I love it. Farrell's still awake.
By the way, for the next one, I do have a Nick. Too.
I love that Nick.
That's so good. He was sending us those today in our little chat thing we have, text message thread. I was dying.
I love it. So I'm sure everybody watching both Valhalla and David's streams know who Solomon Anderson is. If you're the 1% who may not know who he is, Solomon has become a wonderful friend to all of those who are the cool streamers, the very coolish, the very coolest streamers on the planet. David, Nicholas, Valhalla, all of the cool people know who Solomon is. Solomon is the brother to a wrongfully convicted person called Zachariah Anderson. And tonight we are raising money for the Free at Zachariah Anderson Fund. And that is being, sorry, Farrell said she's not going to bed. She's in the parking lot at work. The Gives and Go site, where it will be posted on here several times throughout the night. So $5, we're hopefully going to raise like $20 million, but we're not looking for it all in one night. I mean, we're happy to get a few million just tonight. That would be amazing. And we love you all so much.
Few million. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Setting the goal.
What's a few $1 million? Oh, that's
It kind of look like a turtle.
From far away.
Shh.
No, David, it really is like next level Lego play to try and design this on the fly while racing as well. I just want to give you some proper respect for putting yourself out there like that.
There is no racing. We did that once. I lost. We're not doing that anymore.
Don't lie to me.
I need a green.
I know that it's a ring.
I need a green plate with a middle pin.
The middle pin.
So I built my first Lego set this last week with my 3.5-year-old grandson, and we did the everyone is awesome. So it's like from the Lego movie, and it's just a bunch of Lego people on like a rainbow thing. Yeah. And it was my very first time, and it was really hard, but I really liked it.
How have you not built Lego before?
Well, a lot of people ask, thank you for that. A lot of people ask on stream, why doesn't Wendy build Lego? Well, I am the MC on these streams, and the reason we have an MC is because it's really difficult to pull up chat, to interact with chat, and host and build Lego at the same time. And you lose something, and so it's and I'm not the greatest multitasker anyway.
Well, but
so
Randy said she'd come back and MC so that you
can
build.
She did. I love that. She said she'll come back and MC so I can build Lego, and I would love to do that. And we loved having Brandy on, and we can't wait to have her on again.
She was so much fun.
She's the best.
She was very, very fun. She worked hard on trying to complete her orchid, and
she did.
And I wanted the chat to be as respectful as they could with her and her group, her supporters as well. I know that there was some internet rumors going around on that stream, but she's not treated me with anything other than respect, and
100%.
And I think that's important to note, is that we don't need to disagree or to agree with people to give them our respect on the internet. So I encourage everyone out there, all of the supporters, to do that.
That's right. Thank you for saying
Solomon
that.
dropping words of kindness and wisdom on us.
That's right.
I dig it.
Well, at some point, I've got to live up to my namesake, right? Isn't that how that works?
That's right.
Oh shit.
Okay, I want to call that a turtle.
I like that turtle. Yes, I agree.
That'll work. Close enough.
I mean, I'm trying to get really small. He's got to fit inside the box.
Atheist Aunt, that is true. Atheist Aunt says Wendy has the job because she could pronounce the people's names properly, unlike someone else.
I don't know who you're referring to.
I have a
mystery to me too.
I have a suspicion that Dave. Pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure.
People are saying hi to
Hey, David, how do you say buru berries?
Oh man, we've been trying to set this up for a hot minute now.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
We've really been wanting him to come on for like 3 or 4 months now.
Well,
I'm glad that,
the baby getting sick, nursing school, all those things, they all are major distractors in trying to set up time to play with Legos while live on the internet.
Well, you just got to get your priorities realigned, sir. That's all.
Look at the little turtle
that's a
tank.
fair point.
Oh, I love the oh my God, David, it's so cute.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
going to crush
that's
your
okay.
dreams real quick, Dave. There's 2 turtles in that tank.
Oh my God. So,
Just saying. Just saying.
Better get after it, bud.
So, by the way, if you want David to read names, you can gift memberships to either Valhalla or David's channels, and he will have to read the names.
wait, that's not how that works.
I love that part.
He'll
It
read them
is
twice
really-
if you buy memberships on my channel.
Oh yeah, if you buy him on Valhalla, he probably wants to read his own names. But
Oh, Dave can read them. Dave can read them.
it's just so much more fun for David to read them.
Everybody
Is it
gets
now?
enjoyment out of it.
It's true, Dave. We love watching you fail miserably.
Oh, thank you for that.
David called Alicia Elijah. Good job, David.
He did. He called her Elijah on a stream, and I almost died. I was laughing so
That
hard.
was months ago. I've learned it now. Maybe
It was probably like 2 weeks ago. By the way, I'm wearing my Valentine's Day earrings, even though Valentine's Day has passed. I love.
Oh.
And these are from a local artist near my town, so I can't really say where they're from, or else I'll get doxxed. But did you guys? Yeah, I don't want anyone getting doxxed like poor Dylan did. That was awful. Solomon, Atheist
Wait,
Aunt
who?
asked, "Have you talked to Zach lately?"
I spoke with him, I think at the start of the week.
Nice.
Not much changes. He perseverates over the same, I don't know, four topics. So he is oscillating between stable and miserable because he's stuck in prison for a crime that he didn't commit. And I
Understandable.
think that's pretty understandable. Yeah.
I agree.
Unfortunate, but understandable.
Yeah, I mean, he's frustrated. He wants things to happen sooner than they will. There's a lot of hurdles and a lot of legal loopholes to overcome. So it's frustrating for him.
I will. It's not the same thing, obviously, but being deployed for 15 months at a time, is kind of similar in the fact that like your life is just on pause. Right, like nothing's changing in your world, and everybody else's world is adapting and changing and going as life should. So it's kind of, it makes sense to me that he would be kind of stuck on the same couple of topics, right? Because that's all that are relevant to him, I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that is true, and he misses his kids.
I'm sure.
This is the biggest thing. It's not like Sadie stopped trying to alienate him from their children. It's even worse now because she got the court to intervene. So now the prison will throw him in the hole if he tries to contact his children. And
She got the ultimate alienation.
With that, yeah. So it doubles down on the child abuse, right? Like now the kids don't even have access to their father at all, and it's because of her.
Narcissistic abuse is real, and it's scary.
Yeah, it's awful.
Wait, why is it that he gets thrown in the hole if he tries to communicate with the kids?
Because
no contact order.
Because not a no contact order, actually.
No.
It was just a phone call to the right person, connection potentially, that then contacted a parole officer, and the parole officer decided that they were going to enact an order with the prison without a judge's order.
They can do that, which is really scary and sad.
But they can't.
Wait, the parole office isn't supposed to be involved with that until they're on parole.
Yeah, you would think. And technically, as far as I understand, the legal standard is that a parole board must decide this in order to take away a person's right to their children. So there's some questions that we have as to why this is happening like this.
So the corruption it just never ends.
It just keeps going.
There's the turtle tank.
Oh, that's really cute, David.
Nice.
Ben Hustler for $20 donation. Thank you so much, Ben.
Heck
and
yeah.
Nick's liver says hi. Drink, Dave, drink. $30. Thank you for the donation.
Is that the first 80?
That's 16 minutes ago was 30. And so we've got $50 since we started streaming on the Gives and Go.
I think we need a total of 80 for the first beverage. So technically,
so we need $30 more.
I'll just finish this off if we get $30 more dollars.
Awesome. And it's going to take a lot. By the way, if anyone wants me to drink, it's going to take a lot more than that because I don't drink. So, so you've got to really come hard with the donations. I do have liquor here.
Phrasing, Wendy. Phrasing.
Giggity.
Beep, bop, boop, arg. For some reason, YouTube won't let me the option to buy memberships. Oh, for the retired streamer. So I'll super chat Baldo the super lawyer instead. Now I'm using up characters for my whatever. Remember, folks, that something.
She ran out of characters.
Is that one of Brandon's? No.
No, I don't know who. Beep boop. Beep boop, boop org. I don't know where.
Beep pop. We don't know you. Hi.
I think that there's
been around
somebody
for a little bit.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh,
I think
okay.
somebody changed their name possibly or something. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, Nicholas says $50 in donations now, only 30 to make Dave White Girl wasted. And we know it's only going to take $30 to make Dave White Girl wasted.
Oh, Nick is awake. It's like 2 a.m. for him.
You know he's gonna be here for you, Solomon.
I think it's 3:30 for him actually. I think it's 3:30 a.m. for him.
I was talking to him last night when I told him that it started. I think he said it was 2 when it started at 8. But I could be wrong. I don't live in Sweden, so I'd have to look it up.
Interesting.
Okay, so I understand that the desk is in an L shape.
Yes. It's glass, if that helps.
No, that doesn't help, actually. I was going to make it like gray or something or black.
Well, it's kind of almost got like a frosted glass to it around the edges.
Like I have a whole bin of black.
That's what she said. Costco parking lot romance says, do we think anything changes after Corrupt Gravely finally retires?
No, that's
so deep.
It's gotta reset the whole system, right? Like it's that DA's office has a attitude that you have to change, and you're not going to do it with just replacing Gravely. That's for sure.
It's a culture. It's embedded.
Yes.
I mean, I also want to point out that it's not unique, and I think that I didn't realize just how bad it was until Zach's case. Right? This is something that that should trouble normal citizens. That we're legitimately in a situation where, you know, somewhere between how they do fundraising, how they try and, you know, build and negotiate political clout, the tactics that they deploy. You know, I was talking to Dylan earlier today from the alternate corner about another case that he was interested in, where even before trial, just like, you know, Zach's case, they're releasing, you know, false information. They're trying to do character assassination. You know, they're working really hard on changing public opinion before it goes to trial. And the fact that these offices of district attorneys have the wherewithal, the ability to do that in conjunction with police, that they can just assassinate people's character, it actually pollutes the justice system. It corrupts it in a way that might not be remedied by anything that can be done, because you've already tried to, you know, plant an idea in people's heads. I think that it's really important for people to understand that this is a game that they're playing, and they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes. And I struggle watching other cases because of that. I really struggle to watch, you know, and pay attention, follow other trials, because every trial that I watch, I'm thinking about how the you know, the state is trying to lie to us to try and fake us out and believe that this person committed a crime. Like the Crumbly case. With that case, same thing, where I was like, well, but if she was concerned for herself or her family, of course she went on the lam and tried to hide in different motels in the area. She didn't take enough money to run, and she didn't commit the crime. So why are they trying to pin it on her? All of this stuff is become sort of the status quo. Character assassination before trial, releasing false information, doing all these things. It really is disturbing as just a regular person in the United States.
Well, and unfortunately, you're exactly correct. But unfortunately, it's not even that it's the police that do it anymore. Now we have things like Law and Crime and Court TV that'll blast it out almost nearly 24 hours a day. Yep. Character assassinations and false narratives. And
absolutely.
Even if we were to legally fix the police and the system situation, it still exists.
But what we have then is at least a source that should be credible, because at this point what we have is a no holds barred system where they're allowed to just spread lies, disseminate mistruth or untruth. Mm-hmm. And if it's coming straight from the investigators or straight from the attorney that is supposed to be presenting the truth in the court of law, they're beholden to do that in the court of law. Now we have a situation where they're allowed to spread lies, to disseminate misinformation before they hit the trial, and that is in juxtaposition, in my opinion, to what the intent of what the rules are for prosecutors in this nation. I mean, there's a code of conduct for prosecutors, and I believe that it is in violation of that code of conduct. They are not fulfilling their duty.
I would agree with that.
I think one of the other big issues we have, I've been since I haven't been streaming, I've been catching up on some of my reading that I've wanted to do, and most of it is historical. But I think there was a time when we had a healthy distrust of the government. And over time, that has dwindled down to the point where everyone instinctively and blindly trusts the government. So that's one of the fundamental issues we have as well. Innocent until proven guilty doesn't mean anything. Chuck, what'd you do?
You all right there, buddy?
I got aggravated with all this government corruption and blew up Legos everywhere.
Rules, there are no rules here on Tribble.
Where the hell did it go?
Oh no!
I found it. We're good. All right.
By the way,
digging through a box, so I keep muting myself.
Murph's Turf donated $30. An anonymous donor donated $30, and Neo Dark Matter donated $130. So we're now at $210, I believe.
Look at you guys. You're gonna make me drink this goddamn hot sauce, aren't you?
All right.
Yeah, the first one goes at the $80 mark.
So do I need to finish this, or does Valhalla do the hot sauce?
I think both are true.
Thanks, Wendy.
I think two.
You should make me drink the hot sauce, Val, and you drink the liquor.
All right, Valhalla, you do your hot sauce, and
I'm a Mexican. I should drink the hot sauce.
If you want to do the hot sauce, I will gladly drink the tequila.
That would be amazing.
Oh, I'm already dying.
Oh no, poor David.
All right, let's finish this.
And by the way, thank you all of you who have donated so far. We really appreciate it.
Look at that. Opening brand new bottle of Patron for this.
I love it.
Ooh. There was a little ice in there. That was cold on the teeth. All right, done.
All right.
Where's my
Nicholas is keeping track too. He keeps reminding us.
I may have misplaced some pieces.
So we're gonna do full screen for. Wait, Valhalla, I thought you were doing the hot sauce.
I thought Wendy was doing hot sauce. I can do hot sauce.
I'll do the hot sauce.
Dave just wants to see me hurt myself. I think
I do kind of.
I mean, that is accurate. I believe that makes sense.
All right, y'all.
Debbie W gifted 5 MLS Making Law Simple memberships, and David gets to read to whom they go.
Yeah. Okay.
God, fantastic! I love this.
Costco parking lot romance was gifted one. Ashley E, Atheist Ant, Disney Nerd 85, Mrs. K Griff, and that's it. Mrs. K Griff is okay. Mrs. K. Those are easy. Thank you for the gift of memory.
And the Bebop Boop Bop user was Whiskey 77.
I saw
yeah.
that. So I have it on good authority that I'm supposed to take a teaspoon rather of hot sauce. That's what
okay.
Nicholas does apparently.
All right.
So here we go.
Oh wait, that was off screen. That doesn't count.
I see him licking the spoon. I see him licking.
Oh shit.
Yeah, do it again. That was off screen.
Costco parking lot romance asks Solomon, is there anything the prosecution was able to keep out you feel may have made a difference in the outcome of the trial for Zach?
Yeah, I think there were some things.
Okay.
I mean, there were some things that were definitely suppressed. I mean, if you spent the time to watch Zach's interview, it's not like the defense can bring that in, but you can clearly see for just a layperson watching that interview that he is being forthcoming and very open with his body language about sharing with those police officers, and it also is a complete counterpoint to what the police tried to represent as far as what he said. They completely misrepresented a lot of the things that they claimed that he claimed in the interview. Right? They said that he was very dodgy about where he was on that Sunday night, but no, he wasn't. He was exhausted. He was overtired, and he told them that. He said, "I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I'm just very tired right now." And so when you're really watching it, I think that it would have been really helpful for him if that was allowed in. On top of that, I think that they definitely barred the Denny motion, the Michael Campbell Denny motion. That would have been huge to sway the jury, because there's reasonable doubt. There's tons of reasonable doubt there, and it's important to recognize that we don't know if Michael Campbell committed the crime. I'm not saying that he did, but there is the possibility that he did, and that we need to be able to critically think and evaluate that. And they robbed the jury of that opportunity. The Denny rule as a whole is supposed to be something that inherently bars ridiculous ideas, or planting ridiculous or unplausible.
Yeah, but
ideas
I don't even agree with
mind.
that. If you have a defendant that wants to stand there and say to the jury, "Listen, space aliens came down and did this. You have to believe me," then that's on him.
I agree with you.
Oh no, I might have lost pieces with that explosion thing.
I mean, you're right, David. That I agree with you, and technically, so does the Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court ruled that in this circumstance, if you're going to make a ridiculous argument using your defense, right? If you're going to say, well, it was space aliens or something completely implausible, it is actually still up to the jury to determine the veracity and the reliability of that argument, just like eyewitness testimony, right? So it doesn't make sense that they barred it, or that they do that in the state of Wisconsin. I believe that it is completely unconstitutional and it needs to be rectified.
And Hostler says, Solomon is right. I am a layperson, and that interrogation was tantamount to exoneration as far as I'm concerned. Thank you, Ben.
Well, thanks for the question. Sorry, I tend to ramble.
No. That's what you're here for. I do need to pause just for a second so we can acknowledge some amazing things that have happened in the last few minutes here. Hold on. We've got some more gifted memberships.
Yeah, Debbie W. joined Goat Herders.
She did, and Christine Fortunato. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go. I'm sorry.
Debbie W. also gifted 5 Goat Herder memberships.
She did.
Wendy Marino, Danielle, Stacy Ann, Little Dog Chaz, and Jay Liebgott. And then Jude Curio also
look at Valhalla
became a membership. Or no, she's had a membership. She gifted 10 more. They went to Lord Bynum, Mike L, Sea Souter, Just Dawn, Soulless Ginger, Flux, Jungle Minx, Alex, David Nelson, Mustang McCracken, and Tanya. Thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate you. You are amazing.
Is this
love
Lego
you so
really
much.
loud in the mic, by the way?
It wasn't
No.
too bad.
Not really. I mean, I heard a little grumbling. But it wasn't bad.
And also, Brandon, let's go, Brandon. Hundy for a Dave drink. $100 super chat. Thank you so much, kind sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Brandon.
All right. I'm going to get it.
Is it my drink now, or
Is it-
back to me? Or
What's Hundy for a Dave drink mean? Or is it
It's
Danny?
$100.
It's $100 to make Dave drink.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
very cool. So, okay, well, Dave, keep track of that.
Mm-hmm.
And Kim wants to know, and I'm sure everyone else does, what are y'all building?
I am building Valhalla's room, his streaming room, and I'm trying to work on his desk right now. But so far, I have Valhalla and a turtle tank.
Outstanding.
Love it.
Outstanding. I am building the Dark Trooper Star Wars helmet.
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
I'm building this without a guide. I'm just going through random Legos too.
I'm
Picking me a
building
bit.
the Lego Technic catamaran. It's technically a racing catamaran, not one that I'm going to live on. We're not going to get one like this.
I mean, you might as well get that one too,
but,
so you could race.
I'm
That's awesome. And Allison, 4 minutes ago, says from the Gives and Go site, donated $100, listening to MLS's stream, praying for the best for Zach, his children, Solomon, and the Andersons. Free Zachariah Anderson. Thank you, Allison. That's very generous.
I have so many things to say to Solomon about his catamaran choice, but right now I'm like focusing on this build. I don't know why I picked such a ridiculous idea.
I mean, because you like to hurt yourself. That's why.
Also, because it makes for great content.
I mean, that's true too. I mean, it's a nod to Valhalla while you're doing it. It's a fun idea, honestly. Very cool.
I love it.
It's good.
It's good. Yes. Debbie W asks Solomon, why was and I may mispronounce this last name, Anschutz on the defense witness list. Anschutz.
Why was he?
Why was he on the defense witness list? Were they going to try to get Zach's police interview in through him?
I don't know. I can't really answer that. That's I think that's outside of my pay grade. I'm not sure exactly why he was on the defense witness list, other than the fact that he was the one that interviewed my niece, and that they were arguing that it was important to bring him back to have a counterpoint to the gun comment. But that's the only thing that makes sense in my mind. But otherwise I'm not sure. There's a lot of things that Anschutz was privy to, and a lot of things that I believe that he tainted with his history of some pretty strong corruption. But he actually was busted breaking somebody's constitutional right by entering their home. He was busted also falsifying a police report. Like, he's got a history, guys. You don't know Detective Anschutz, but he is not a good police officer.
It sounds dirty as hell.
Saul is trying to crush the Lego competitive man.
There is no race.
I also really like building Legos, so don't hate me too much.
Is this something that you've built when you were a kid? You were into Legos?
Oh yeah, man. I played with Legos all the time as a kid. My brothers are 4 and 5 years older than me, and that means that my interests did not always align with theirs.
Sure.
So there were a lot of times that I spent my own hours playing with G.I. Joes, Transformers, and Legos.
I was a G.I. Joe guy too, believe it or not.
And I enjoy it. I do believe it, actually.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. But who didn't love Snake Eyes, right?
Exactly.
All right. Brandon gifted $5 super chat. Dave, can you run us through all of the ways to pierce privilege? Thanks.
To pierce privilege. What privilege are we talking about? So it depends on the type of privilege you're talking about. But the easiest way to pierce the privilege is whoever is the privilege holder to show that they, in fact, waived the privilege by talking about it. So if it's attorney-client privilege, if the client is talking about what they said to the attorney or that sort of thing, then you can argue that they waived it. If it's spousal privilege, the same thing. If that's what you're talking about, I'm just assuming. But that would be my blanket statement on that. Whoever holds the privilege must act in a way contrary to it.
My lips are burning a little still.
Broken system, broken trust says those Lego lay a solid foundation for building the proper legal live stream.
Definitely.
We agree.
Well,
ooh, look at that. I got a little Nintendo controller.
Nice.
Oh, it's hard to see. Why can't I?
Thank you, Stray. Whiskey's wondering who the heck I am.
Valhalla.
Oh, that's cute.
Whiskey doesn't know who Wendy H is?
I thought I knew who Whiskey was. I guess they don't know who I am. Or maybe they just don't.
Go ahead.
Wendy H has been an awesome chatter and a supporter of both of our channels for a long time. And she actually interviewed me a while ago. And then when we decided that we needed a host, an MC for this show, we Valhalla naturally went to Wendy H, and she's been hosting this ever since. But you usually see her in the chat.
Yes.
She's hosted like 6 of these now, right?
Been that, so. Yeah.
I think I only didn't MC the first 1 or 2.
I think it was the first 3.
Oh yeah, you did.
The third one, which was, I can't remember. Oh, that's when I was in Sweden. That's when we decided, like, you know what, we need an MC.
That was what made up our minds, I think.
Yeah.
I think so. And I think also when Valhalla saw my interview with you, he was like, oh, that Wendy H is doing it. I like her.
Definitely, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's actually true. That's the second we were talking about
really,
it. I was like,
Mama Source Rex is so kind. Thank you. We can hardly recognize me because my beauty is glowing. Does that mean I'm not?
Oh, you got to read that one out loud. We got that.
Wait. Mama Source Rex said, Wendy H, your beauty tonight is just so glowing. We can hardly recognize you.
Is that a burn? I think that's an insult.
It sounds like it, but I'm okay with that.
It's a weird backhanded insult, I think.
She's like, bitch, you look ugly most days. And tonight you're on fire.
You rocking it tonight.
Well, Wendy did just get back from Mexico, so it could be the Mexican glow in me.
I was going to say, maybe it was from your experiences down south of the border.
Those are private conversations.
I did not expand on that topic. I just want to point out.
Wendy, are you welcomed back to Mexico? Can you answer that?
Oh, I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
I mean, I'm not allowed to speak about it.
So do I need to get another drink? Is that what I'm led to believe?
Yes, David, you do.
Okay.
And I do also. Good night, my baby.
I'll gladly get rid of this shot of tequila because I keep smelling it.
Thank you, Toy. Oh, red is my color. By the way, did anyone notice my sweatshirt? My free Zachariah Anderson.
I was going to get my mug out, but we were doing shots instead.
Thank you, Josie.
Right. I got to go make another drink.
Okay, go make another drink. You're all so sweet. See, Whiskey 77, you shouldn't have dissed Wendy like that. People are gonna get mad at you, yo.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Don't be messing with Wendy now. We love our Wendy around here.
Well, I love being here. And speaking of love, I love. Elizabeth, thank you. Ooh, yeah, I love supporting Valhalla and David's channel. And since David's getting a drink, let's talk about Valhalla for a little bit.
Ooh.
Valhalla has an amazing, most beautiful goat farm, the best goat farm on the planet, by the way. And we love to support that goat farm, and we love to support the Valhallas. Mr. and Mrs. Valhalla they raise goats, like legit, like for reals, raise goats, and they have a lot of really cute shorts about their goats and also some videos. And Valhalla also, David, that drink looks really pretty.
Pretty is a good word for it.
Very cute drink you have.
You're
there.
muted, Dave.
And also Valhalla is
now I can talk.
Raising money for the goat farm. And so also he does stream trials, etc.
I haven't been on in a while. I kind of feel bad actually. Most of my members
don't feel bad about not streaming.
Thank you, Wanda.
This is what I was trying to say is that they didn't have my normal grapefruit juice. So this is actually like Snapple pink grapefruit and with 1800 tequila.
Nice.
Hi, Christine Fortunato. We miss you too. A lot of people are commenting, David, that they miss seeing you stream. And David and I talked a little bit about that before we went live. And we all miss David.
How has
That's very kind of you.
Been treating you?
I have I've enjoyed my retirement so far.
Nice.
And I've the biggest thing is not having to deal with Farrell. But it's been nice to not have to deal with what am I going to stream next? What should I stream next? How much time do I have to stream? Kind of thing. And I can just kick back and I'm like, I know I got the Lego stream and Jody, those are fun. And the hard thing has been, ooh, I really want to do a stream about that. Or I really want to do a stream about this. But then I know if I do it, if I sort of break that seal.
It's like a drug. I'm just going to suck you right back in.
It's been very difficult not to stream about Fanny or not to stream about Colorado v. Trump or a bunch of other stuff. So
you guys, he sent me a case the other day of a woman that defrauded the VA for a bunch of money. Because we've done several of those streams, right? We've done a lot of those.
The Stolen Valor streams. We love those.
So he sent me one the other day. The only thing I said was, "You want to stream about it?" And he just sent me back an emoji, nothing else. No comment.
Yeah, no, I don't. I do. It's an interesting case. It's actually a Michigan case.
Yeah, it's local to you, right?
Huh?
It's local to you, right?
Yeah, it's very local to me. So I thought it was an interesting case, but I don't have the time. Like, yeah, you want to stream? I'm like, damn it. I knew you were going to ask that.
Real life is just gets in the way. It's too bad bills must be paid.
Right?
Okay. Does this kind of look like a desk? Is it coming along?
Not kind of. It legit. It totally looks
I'm working on it. Yeah, it's not done.
Good. He's got that tan pad on the top. You got some of those smooth tan Legos?
I do. I have a ton of them.
Oh, that's true.
So Nicholas, thank you for the $50 sex. I know it's not pronounced that way, but I love saying sex.
It's definitely
my reaction to Mrs. Valhalla is equal to Val's reaction to Chandler's chest.
Oh, poor Chandler.
Ooh, let's
go. Were you checking out Chandler's chest?
No, we'll not that I really want to bring this back up, but I was caught by surprise, shall we say.
Oh.
Reacted appropriately for a
Was she wearing something a little not so modest or something and you didn't notice
no,
it before?
she's just done a very good job of not putting on display what her mama gave her.
She's got hide a chest.
Yes. And I was caught off guard and uttered an excited utterance.
Well, there's nothing better than being underestimated, and then everyone's like, "Woo!"
Right? Thank you so much, Nicholas. I appreciate it.
Thanks for reminding us. And Brandon says, "I bet you probably think the stream is about you, Dave. Don't you? Don't you?"
I saw that. Thank you, Brandon.
Thanks, Brandon.
No, this stream is about Solomon. So Solomon, you talked about one of your personal hopes and dreams. This is supposed to be an interview stream. I've been so focused on trying to get this Lego done that I forgot to interview our guest. So what are some of your other plans besides sailing around the world? Which interesting. I think you stole that from me. But
did I know?
It's a unique dream, apparently.
I guess, yeah. Well, I've lived enough life where I decided that I didn't want to be a slave to the clock. And that may sound crazy to some people because they like being a slave to the time clock. And some people, it's just simple enough to do. And I don't judge anybody for that. That's okay. Live your best. But for Jen and I, we were just talking about how we wanted to live out the rest of our days, and that just isn't how we envision our future. So, when we're looking forward, we want to have the freedom of being able to do that. That's really important. So, I spent 10 years in construction, doing construction remodeling, and on top of that, I had my own business for like the last 4 of those. So, I did some time, being my own boss. And I realized in that time that not really your own boss at all. You're, of course, as you, I'm sure know, are beholden to your customers, your clients. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I realized that there's a lot of obligation that comes with that. It's not as freeing as I thought it would be. So here I am doing something different. I'm in nursing school. I'm trying to accomplish a little bit more with my life, or a little bit different goals than what other people want, and that's okay. I'm not judging anyone for not wanting to abandon the American dream and to hop on a sailboat and homeschool their kids and do it different, do it in a different way.
I completely agree that that's how everybody should live their life. We're all doing this the first time. Nobody has the right answer. I'm not sure that there is a right answer.
Me either, honestly. But that's like long-term goals. Aside from getting Zach out of prison, that's important to me. Of course, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this crazy thing where I'm putting myself and my family out on the internet. But we'll see what time will give us, will serve us, and I don't know. That's the big thing. I spent cumulatively, like if I took all of my jobs working in restaurants and I stacked them end to end, and I spent probably 25 years working in restaurants and hospitality. I spent a long time, anywhere from bus boy and host to general manager. I mean, I served tables, I bartended, mostly front of house. I didn't really do a lot of prep cooking, but I spent a lot of time working in restaurants, and I'm glad that I'm not doing it anymore, really. But I'm still a social enough butterfly, if that makes sense, to have a personality when I need to have one. If that math adds up to the right deal.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Me and you have that in common. I worked and Dave too. Dave worked as a waiter for a long time, didn't you?
I don't think I'd want David being my waiter.
Muted. What? Why?
Why? I'm sure he would do fine.
I don't think so.
He might argue with
awesome.
you.
I do want to say,
all the ladies loved me as a waiter.
I think David's good at everything he does. I bet you $1 million that's true. But
Yeah.
I feel like David would be a snarky waiter. Like
he would argue with you
snark.
into getting a dessert.
They'd
You know what
love
I mean?
the snark. Yeah, no, I absolutely did
I
argue with
didn't
them
know
into
that.
getting a dessert, but they loved it. They loved me for it.
Mermaid Mary
Oh,
says,
you want a dessert? I know you do. I've been seeing you eyeing that menu.
that's awesome. Mermaid Mary said she's a nurse too. She said it's very it helps her. It offers her flexibility, and it's a rewarding career.
I hear
So,
yoga is good for
Solomon, I
flexibility.
have a question. Once you become a nurse, how will you do that on a boat, or will you be like a traveling nurse?
Yeah, see, got it already. So travel nurses, kind of float around and take jobs wherever they're needed. And there's
Nurses Without Borders.
A lot of coastal cities, and you can actually do that. Nurses Without Borders, that's the thing. So you can go overseas. Now, there's some caveat to that. You don't really get paid for it, but what the compact license for nurses actually is valid in Guam and the U.S. Virgin Islands and in most coastal states as well. So, it's like New York and California have their own licenses, and for those of you that aren't privy to how that works, you have to actually be licensed in a state and pay for renewal. But there's a compact license that a lot of states have adopted that allows you to practice nursing in most places. So in most states. So it's really good for the healthcare industry because it lets nurses
have a nationwide standard.
Yeah, but it lets them go to places where there's a high need. Because where there's a high need, then they can pay higher, and then nurses will go there, and they can actually fulfill the need. It's very economic, and it makes sense.
My sister's a doctor, and she's starting her first traveling doctor job in March in South Dakota in a very remote town.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
She said it's a 3-month gig, so she could then after that she wants to go to Alaska. She wants to go to Alaska in the summer, not in the wintertime.
I dated a girl that was a traveling nurse a very long time ago. They make good money.
Yep.
They make good money.
Well, the idea is that we earn enough that we can, enjoy traveling the world. That's really the ultimate goal.
The ultimate goal is to just be on a boat. Jude Curio asks Solomon, what is your specialty going to be? What year in nursing school are you? When will you graduate, etc.?
I'm actually in an ADN program, and I'm about 1 year in. I already work in an emergency room, and I prefer it. It's
you like the trauma, the ER?
It's the mindset, the people that work in ERs. There's a lot of good in that fits me and my personality.
Okay.
Awesome.
And it's not for everybody. Not everybody loves the chaos. But the ER is just it's just good for me. I like it. I don't know how else to explain it. There are some certain situations where you are the one that saves somebody's life, and
literally,
there's a variety of things that you do, and the standard of care it's just a little different in like what your main focus is in emergency nursing. So, I'm excited to do that, and I'm not saying that will be my only focus as I get into nursing. I think that it's reasonable to say that I would be interested in like cath lab and maybe interventional radiology and things like that. But for those of you that don't know what those are, just Google it.
So you went real medical term on us there, Saul.
And we're still raising money for the Gives and Go, and the wonderful mods here are posting the link in chat. If you'd like to donate to Gives and Go, we'd greatly appreciate it for the free Zachariah Anderson Gives and Go Fund. Thank you so very much. Every bit helps. Brandon says, nurses are great people. I had one lie to me 2 days ago about my blood pressure being slightly elevated at 180 over 110. Jokes aside, takes a lot to put that face on with a code next door.
Valhalla, does this look like your table? I got a little camera here.
Oh my God,
that's
the
microphone.
Pretty good.
That's really cute.
It's pretty good.
I'm in love with that.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
Dave.
It's getting there.
I'm impressed.
Red Ford says a traveling nurse with a dirt bike is the coolest thing in the world. Most nurses actually do not ride motorcycles, I've heard. My sister doctor said she will never ever get on a motorcycle again.
Well, if you
everyone
spend some time in an emergency room, you'll see exactly why we're not keen on hopping on motorcycles.
I've heard that, and also putting your feet on the dash when you're driving.
Oh, that's one of my huge pet peeves. Mrs. Valhalla does it. I yell every time.
I never used to care about it, except that it made my dash dirty until I saw what it did to people's bodies in a car accident. And then I'm like, oh, no.
Spine coming out your butthole if you get hit on collision.
It's not good. It's not good. Do not recommend. 0 out of 10.
We give that 0 stars.
0 stars.
We do not recommend. Chrissy with a $10 super chat. Cheers to Zach. Time for y'all to drink. Free Zachariah Anderson.
All right.
Are we there yet? Should I drink this shot of tequila?
$10. We've got Brandy
Yes.
did 100. Yeah, time for you guys to drink.
Skull.
And can we please remind our lovely, amazing, beautiful folks in chat what you all are? Ooh, look at that. What are y'all building?
Dark Trooper helmet.
I am building Valhalla's little studio.
Which is just a brilliant idea.
It's the brilliantest idea.
You're in the wrong corner.
I'm building a racing
corner,
catamaran.
Right?
Yes, you're correct. You're correct. My bad.
I like that racing catamaran.
That thing's cool. And it's a Technic, so I wonder if it's going to move.
It actually floats.
That's pretty dope.
I saw that. This damn thing sails.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I went and researched it as soon as I got the image.
M. Young says, I hate when people don't buckle their pups. I know, right?
When they don't what?
Buckle in their dogs, like in the cars.
Oh.
That doesn't help.
Yeah, I don't buckle in my dogs. In all
Dogs
fairness,
should be better off anyways, not knowing what's going on. If you don't see the accident coming, you're less likely to tense up and therefore less likely to get injured. You want to be a rag doll, and the dog doesn't know what's going on.
When I was a little kid, we used to ride in the back of the pickup truck. Okay.
Right.
So dogs are
back
fine.
of the station wagon.
Oh no, we would ride in the bed of the pickup truck, like the open.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how I grew up too.
I also have a huge scar on my forehead from going through the windshield, but whatever.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. My mic is messing up.
Yeah, it sounds a little something sounds echoey.
Yeah,
Sounds
you're
like switch mics.
Yeah, it sounds like a different mic. Shit.
David is so clever. David can build anything.
David, no joke, is one of the most impressive human beings I've ever met in my life.
I agree.
David, I'm not going to stroke your ego anymore.
Well, he's not here at the moment.
Yeah, he's not here. We don't care.
Now's the time to do it.
Yeah.
Do it before he gets back in here, Zio.
Yeah. I love David. He's amazing.
There you go.
Yeah,
oh, he's back.
All right, I'll show up.
Oh,
okay.
here he comes.
How's this? Is this better? Can you guys see
Much
me
better.
all right?
Much
All right.
better.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's still a
There
little
is a
echoey,
weird.
but
It sounds like
no,
you're
your
in a
mic still
cameo.
sounds like it sucks.
What? Really? I don't know. I
Yeah, you don't
messed up the
usually
cable
sound like that.
No, I messed up the cable a while ago.
Oh, I
Solomon,
remember that.
if you won $10 million today, what would you spend it on?
I'd say a lot.
A helicopter and a pilot brave enough to land in the prison yard.
No.
That would be helpful.
Yeah, that's not going to help at all. Well, I would definitely pay for the rest of Zach's appeal and hire a team of civil lawyers to make sure that Gravely loses all of his assets. And
oh, I like that.
Yeah, I mean, Gravely. Yeah, actually, so the police officers that actually wrongfully got him convicted, that buried exculpatory evidence, and all of them, they're all liable, all of them. So I would make sure that there was a whole team of people trying to make sure that they didn't do it ever again. And then I would probably fund or push to fund some legislation to stop district attorneys from being able to slander somebody before trial.
I like that too.
And then I would buy a modest boat. I think that would be that, and have enough left over to potentially just live on the investment return and be able to sail and live free.
The dream.
Yeah.
The dream.
D Mark wants to know are any of you streaming James Crumbly? Ooh, David, that looks good.
It's coming along. It's coming along.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I don't think I'm going to stream James Crumbly, but I might do. What I'm hoping to be able to do is daily recaps.
That would be great. Valhalla, Mimsy wants to know how many Lego do you have in your collection now, babes?
I have no idea.
Be
I have
interesting.
no idea. I've got new ones too, yo. Like I got these little sunflowers that
Oh,
Mrs. Valhalla
I
wanted me to
like
build her.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just got the giant new El Dorado fortress.
Do you spend your entire allowance on Lego sets?
Sometimes it seems like it. Not gonna lie.
Very
It's probably
cute.
not healthy.
Oh, I think there's a lot less healthy things you could be doing.
Yeah, not wrong
See,
there.
I put a bunch of beer cans on the desk. That way it looks.
Oh my god!
Perfect. Sir.
What did you? How did you
Perfect.
make the beer cans?
They're just the little step things.
Oh, those are like the ones that go before a head.
Yeah.
What about beforehand?
So my grandson took all the heads off my Lego, my Everyone is Awesome Lego set that I built. The heads creeped him out, so he took them off. But it looks creepy without the heads.
Outstanding.
I
I
haven't told his mom this, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be on an A&E special one day. Anyway, just saying.
No.
So Brandon says, I have a real question. How sick does it make you watching all of the GA lawyer perjure themselves or suborn perjury, because that shit still has me with it. Suborn.
You talking about the Fannie thing? Let's go. The Georgia lawyers and the Fannie case.
People are like,
do you have a desk behind you up against the window?
It is a filing cabinet and a little table.
Okay.
Yeah, Law Kong. I'm pretty sure. Oh, Mermaid Mary says, Valhalla, I just finished building the exotic peacock. You should try it.
The exotic peacock? I have to look it up. I'm not sure what that one is.
My kid did that with her Barbies when she was 5. Turned out to be okay, Wendy. Thanks, Aaron. How you doing, Aaron?
Oh my god, I gotta dump all these out. This is gonna be horrible.
Oh, what are you dumping out?
Law Kong says, wow,
white
Solomon has
Legos.
been on an 80s special.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Solomon has been on an 80s
He has.
special.
I have been on the 80. Thank you, Lock. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Law Kong. By the way, if you have not seen Law Kong express this video, somebody please post the link for them. They are amazing.
That's way louder than it was before, Dave.
That is way louder.
My mic?
Second that.
Yeah, that.
Who's
your Lego
winning,
dumping.
Josie wants to know.
I'm always winning.
Winning.
Hashtag
Oh my
winning.
gosh. Who in the world has not seen Wrongful or listened to the Wrongful podcast?
Oh,
Who
that's
has
what I was
not?
gonna do before this stream.
Oh my G. If you have not heard it yet, you must listen. I tried to, when I was in Mexico, my internet stunk. So I thought it was because my internet stunk that I couldn't get the rest of the episodes on my podcast, my Apple podcast app. But it looks like there are not any left on the Apple side. I don't know if
There was an issue with the Apple Podcast loading.
Oh.
I let them know
Thank you.
there was an issue
Okay.
because
That's
my
not
wife
good.
was trying to find them a while ago.
Yeah. Because, I'm an Apple gal.
Gross, Wendy.
Sold your soul to jobs.
I live in California. What do you expect?
More. I expect more.
Better. We expected better.
I'm a consumer. What more do you want from me?
Do better. If it means anything to you, Jen is also an iPhone advocate. She
It
likes
means a
the
lot
Apple
to me
product.
because I adore Jen Artin.
So is Mrs. Valhalla.
Well, that's because
Ooh, you know what? My laptop
they're
died.
amazing women.
My laptop died just last week, and
Oh,
so
no.
I got a new iPad Pro, and this is my
Ooh.
new computer that I use.
That's
every day.
pretty.
Nice.
Me gusta mucho. I like
And now I
it.
dropped it. Wonder how the first one broke.
I know that we can't talk too much about the appeal. So I guess I don't really know how to get into that, or if we should just avoid it at all costs, or
I mean, most people want to know where we're at.
well, yeah, yes.
That's the number one question is, well, where are we now? And the answer continues to be organizing the evidence, getting ready to file paperwork. All of these things take a lot of time. people really don't know how much information there is in this appeal. So when I went to the lawyer's office, the defense lawyer's office, they showed me it was 6 full paper boxes. So, like, think of how much paper goes into that. There's 6 full paper boxes. And that doesn't count the electronic evidence. That was just the paperwork. It is so much information to go through. It is going to take months. Now we're at the stage now that we hit our goal, that we're organizing experts and figuring out what further costs are going to be as well. So we're here raising money for Zach's appeal with intent that we are doing this right now so we can raise money for him for these experts, because we're going to need them.
That's why you got me out here drinking tequila shots. What the hell's going on?
You're a brave man.
Right.
And that's another issue, is that people really don't comprehend how much money it costs to appeal a case like this, and that weighs. It should weigh heavily on all the people that say, well, you could always just appeal, right? Because that's the common response when they when you tell someone that there's a wrongful conviction. Well, you could just appeal it.
Well, luckily this community knows for the most part that how difficult that is and how expensive some of this stuff is, and
Ooh, we got another $100 super chat. Did we already get that one, Allison? Or not super chat?
We already added that. By the way, folks, we haven't had any donations for a few minutes. We would love an excuse to get Valhalla and David, DRUNK.
I would love an excuse for once to say we raised
More than Nicholas.
Yeah, okay. So this is my second drink, and I already had a beer.
Oh shit!
At least I don't have to make my way down a flight of stairs.
That's true.
Solomon, Kim wants to know if the objection spreadsheet the volunteers did help the attorneys at all.
It did. It was a great quick reference, and you all put in a lot of time and effort. Thank you very much. It was something that we could hand over to the attorneys. There is further work being done, because it's not just the objections based on the information that they're gathering. So yes, it's helpful. Yes, there's still more information to gather, and there are people working on that presently. So thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, everybody. And Stray, people are asking for the link again, and Stray just reposted the Zachariah Defense Fund link. So every bit helps. And also, we're a competitive group, and we want to beat Nicholas. I mean, also, we want to help Zach, of course.
I mean, yeah, he is important.
Most importantly, though, is the bragging rights over Nicholas. That's the most important
100%.
thing in this entire process.
Looking good, David. Looking good.
I'm just working on the curtains over Valhalla's window.
You are so detail oriented. David, you'll appreciate this. So I had these really cool built-ins built in my last house, but I didn't own the house very long. And so I didn't get to enjoy them. But the same carpenter, who is my cousin, is going to build an island for me in my walk-in closet now.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Why an island?
Because she wants an island. Don't ruin her dream.
Valhalla. Look, you want a boat? I want an island.
Exactly.
You could sail to my freaking island, dude. I need an island in the middle of my walk-in closet because it's a brand new build, my house, so it's like very boring, basic. Like there's nothing architecturally stunning about my new home, and so I just need something special, something really cool. And I want an island because I want a dresser. Like I don't want a dresser in there. I want a built-in, like a island dresser, like with drawers. There'll be like a jewelry drawer, and
She wants her
I was thinking
princess.
like
She
sink
wants.
and stuff.
Oh,
it's my
no.
Barbie closet. I'm getting Barbie
Exactly.
wallpaper, and I'm gonna sing, "Come on, Barbie, let's go party."
Isn't that every little girl? Giggity! Isn't that every little girl's dream to have a giant closet that you walk in and you got all
It
your
wasn't
shoes
mine
on
as a
display?
child, but it's mine now. I mean, you know where I got into it was watching Sex in the City and seeing Carrie's closet. So I'm actually modeling my closet after Carrie's closet.
There you go. I like it.
Hospice justice. So go ahead, David.
I was just to say, when I actually did wait tables, I remember in the break room we had to sit back there and roll silverware.
Yep.
And while we did that, there was always Sex in the City playing on the VCR because somebody decided to bring it in one day, and that's all that was ever playing.
You brought it in, didn't you?
I did, definitely.
You know, I much prefer the Sex in the City over the new something that it's all about that, or what's it called?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
So Sex in the City left or whatever, and then they rebooted it, revamped it, and it's something in that somebody will post it, and it's not good. It's not good at all. The new Sex in the City, and Samantha's not in it, so there goes like it's not cute at all. What's it called? People, help me out.
Wendy, you're speaking a foreign language to me right now.
Do you like the
Helen, really? You don't know
over-
about these
the
things?
pink curtains over top of Valhalla?
That's good.
That's
good.
cute. I love it.
Been on.
And just like that, Kimay says it's called And Just Like That. So Sex in the City left, it came back, and it's a revamped show, and it's called And Just Like That. And it's all the ladies now, like at their normal, like they're in their 50s, and it's supposed to be like really cool and fun or whatever, but it's dumb. I don't like it.
Well, it sucks when you're in your 20s or something and trying to get laid every other week. It's different than when you're in your 50s. Then it's just sad.
Yes, I know, because I am in my 50s. So yes. Josie says, I hate it too, Wendy. It's not cute. And I want to be down with the old broads getting laid. I really do, because I'm an old broad and I want that for myself. But I don't want to watch it on TV. I just don't.
Rather spend time trying to do it in person.
You know me.
Well, I mean, what happens in Mexico stays in Mexico. What did Zach say? Except for herpes, right? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That shit'll follow you everywhere.
That shit is forever.
Speaking of, how's the one that looks like me?
Oh, we're going to go out tomorrow, Monday. We're going to have a date on Monday.
Look at you.
Wait, you guys
going
want
on a date with me?
So wait, check this out. So Solomon, I went on a date with this guy that looks just like David. Like,
He really
I don't know,
does.
3 weeks ago, something like that. Guess where our date ended up, everybody? In
At
the
the
emergency room. No, in the emergency room, because my 13-year-old got a concussion. She ran into a parked car on her bike. Thank God she had a helmet on. So my second date with this poor guy ended up in the emergency room.
We didn't get that part of the story before. Oh, your second
we
date, you
missed
said.
that.
Yeah, it was my second date.
Yeah,
I
we
was-
just got the first date part.
Yeah, we haven't caught up yet on the second date.
Yes, because
drama.
it happened right before I left for my Mexico trip. So
Interesting.
yes. So, but check it out. I'm very impressed. He actually, I don't drink, and I had a glass of wine, so I didn't want to drive. And he was visiting me in my town, so I was driving. So I want to be in control because I don't know this guy. I'm not, I don't know him yet. So, we took an Uber to the emergency room because I didn't want to show up drunk to my kid's concussion. Mother of the year. Hello.
No wonder she
I'm
got
on
a
a date
concussion.
with a stranger, and I show up to the ER. My kids never met him, and her best friend's dad brought her to the ER, met us there because she was with her best friend and his dad. And he was perfect. Like he did just the right amount of like giving a crap, but also stayed away. Like didn't try to interfere, didn't try to act like, oh, let me take over, let me mansplain everything. No, it was pretty cool. I'm impressed. So I have to give him another date because that one sucked. Well,
So
for him,
far,
not for me.
So far, I kind of approve of the MLS lookalike.
Yeah, thanks. Me too. So far, I'm okay with that. Yeah, we'll see.
Better mind his P's and Q's though. I'd have to come out to
Better.
California and handle that.
That's right. He knows. That's
the
hot.
only thing I need, I think, to
That's
do
good.
is get the shelving unit together. Right. That's the last thing that I really see. Although I could put an art easel back here, and I could get the telescope going, but I'm fairly happy with it.
It's pretty good, man.
Looking good, David.
This is
I like
random stuff from my childhood that I'm building this with.
It's not 400 pieces, but you are creating it as you go.
On the
So
fly.
I will give
this
you
one
credit
might
where
be
credit
like
is due.
Lego might want to buy this and like have it, you know.
I'm sure Lego's real concerned with Valhalla's YouTube studio.
That's
So,
exactly
Kim,
what they
so
are.
getting back to Solomon here, Kim says, so Wendy, you didn't drive to a random guy's apartment, wait in the parking lot for 45 minutes to go into his apartment for a beer? Hell to the no, Kim, because guess what? I ain't a hoe and I ain't dumb.
You know she
I
saw
did not.
something.
100%. And bravely convinced her that she didn't.
Well, you know what I found? I know I don't have ducks or goats, but I found a rabbit. Do you have any rabbits on your farm?
I have 4 rabbits.
That's really
all right. Rabbits going on the desk.
And he's got cats too that are outdoor cats.
I have 6 cats.
What about the donkey? You got to do a donkey.
I have 2 donkeys.
All right. See, now we have the rabbit on the desk.
1,000%, Aaron.
I will have you know that it made me very sad that that a bunch of the student nurses.
I was
in my
thinking that too,
program
Nathan. See,
didn't know Smash Mouth.
What?
They had no idea. I just feel
they're too
felt
young.
old. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean 97, right? So
Oh, Jesus.
so they were all not born yet.
who didn't know?
Yeah.
Who didn't know them?
The
Students
people in
the
his
nursing program.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I was
The
an older
kids.
student. I found it interesting to relate to my fellow.
Solomon's trying to be hip. He's like, yeah, man, Smash Mouth is coming to town.
Not exactly, but it might as well have been. Honestly, it was terrible.
Is that what kind of music you're into? Like the poppy rock stuff?
No.
What kind of music do you like, Solomon?
I listen to all kinds of music. I grew up listening to metal. So I listened to. I mean, as a kid, my dad listened to like 80s hair bands, you know, and Metallica was pretty high on the list. So, you know, as a kid, I listened to stuff like that, Def Leppard, Metallica, you know, all that kind of music. I think at 4 years old, I was listening to George Thorogood. He was
Bad to the
my
Bone.
favorite. Bad to the Bone is right. And just imagine a tiny little blonde boy with hair that would not lay down. It was just like chicken feathers on the top of my head.
Yeah.
Singing "Bad to the Bone," singing along with the radio, and then
That's pretty cute.
yeah. I mean, I at least had something going for me, but that and Great White. I loved Great White in 1990. That was amazing.
All right.
But then, you know, moved on to like grunge. So, you know, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots. I listened to like Typo Negative. I still listen to Typo Negative when I feel squirrely. 9 Inch Nails and like Rammstein. So like still in the metal genre, but I still listen to, you know, like modern pop bands like oh man,
Taylor Swift.
No,
He's a Swiftie.
I'm not a Swiftie. No.
I'm a
like,
Swiftie. Have no shame, sir.
I'm a Swiftie because I imagine
Like
that she doesn't
Doja
give a
Cat.
Alt J and stuff like that. Not Doja Cat, but
Do you
yeah,
karaoke? Stray
techno
wants to know,
and
do you
stuff like
karaoke, Saul?
I do actually. My karaoke song when I did karaoke often was Discovery Channel by the Bloodhound Gang.
Do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
Yep, yeah, I had the whole song down.
I like tequila.
Yeah, that one's easy. Yeah.
Tequila.
Do you like Bad Religion? DK Cripple wants to know.
Not my favorite. I don't hate them, but they're not my favorite.
Rat.
The
I
last
love
time I
Rat
did
W.
karaoke, I tried to do Gloria Estefan beat or
Yeah.
that was Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat on the drum. Oh, that song?
Yeah. Do it again, David.
No, you got it once.
I hope that makes the intro.
I really do too.
I love
rap.
karaoke.
I only know one song from rap, but I like them.
I don't do karaoke. Can't do it. Won't do it. Not getting up in the front.
That's only your nerves.
That
It's
tracks.
only your shame.
That track.
Yeah. My pride.
Motley Crue. Yeah.
You know, when
It was an
you
80s
care
girl,
what
too.
other people think, I can talk. When you care what other people think is when you stop having fun.
Okay.
You gotta stop caring. All right.
I mean,
need to
yeah,
do
you
it
just do
first.
you, right? Because singing karaoke is really about you having fun with it, not about what everybody thinks about your singing in the crowd.
Yeah, but nothing about that sounds fun to me.
Solomon WW says you might like Disturbed's Immortalized album.
I love Disturbed.
I do enjoy Disturbed, actually.
One of my favorite bands. One of.
I like
But-
Duran Duran.
I mean, I listen to all kinds of music. I don't lock myself into one genre. I'm not a huge fan of country music.
Give it a chance.
But I mean, there are some country songs that I've heard that I've liked. So I try to judge it by song. I'm not a huge Swiftie. I'm not into that. As it turns out, I don't identify with her music. It's not something that I like sit around and think about all my bad relationships and breaking up with whatever random boy.
Oh, can you imagine
like
how
the
great
shit
the
you
album's going to be after this Travis Kelce breakup? Oh, the album's going to be
You
so
guys
good.
know Pixie is going to Taylor Swift tonight, right?
I did not.
Yeah, she said that earlier. She was getting ready to go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good.
Oh,
Enjoy
Flux.
the show.
Flux says it's raining men. Is her karaoke?
Hallelujah. That's awesome.
Hell yes. I really want to see Flux sing that. That's
that
now
would
that's
be good.
ironic.
I would pay money for that.
Me too.
Love you, Flux.
Love you, Flux. We should all do. We should do karaoke when we go to Dollywood.
Yeah, go ahead.
Only
I'll
if
be
you
there
can.
to cheer you on.
I can't build a shelving unit that looks like your shelving unit.
It's glass.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm trying to
Her
look at.
name is Rio, and
So that's the shelving unit there. I think it's just going to be a shelving unit because I can't make something like that.
Well,
Out
that's
of
what you
parts
did with the
that I have.
desk, so I figured it'd be the same.
Yeah.
Good night, Emily.
Good night, Emily. Thank you for being here.
Good night. What's everyone building?
good night,
Kennedy
Emily.
wants to know. I am building Valhalla Studio.
People are commenting on that Val's desktop is not black, David.
I know it's clear, but I thought it was black until
Mm,
just before the build.
it looks
So
brown.
no, it's got the little brown thing in front. But see, I
Oh,
got
it does.
that, the
Oh,
little
you're
brown
right.
pad.
You're right. You're right.
See, I got the brown pad.
Yep,
You did get that. I'll give you that one.
I got the brown pad.
you did.
He's watching The Simpsons, by the way.
Outstanding.
Fantastic.
Is MG Law a performance artist? It looks like in the chat he's talking about he's a performer of some sort. Is he like in a band or something?
Well, he's on YouTube.
He is
Oh,
a
maybe that's
performer
what he
on
meant.
YouTube.
I'd call that a performer.
True that.
Okay, so Solomon,
Yo.
what have you looked into as far as monohull versus catamaran?
Oh, all kinds of stuff, David.
There's a great
Um,
YouTube channel that I'm going to share with you. It's
Okay.
a couple that's sailed around the world a few times. They've been streaming for about 7 years.
Okay.
And they did a comparison between a catamaran and a monohull because they've owned a couple
What's
of
the channel
catamarans.
name?
I don't remember. I'm going to have to find it. It's on my personal account. But they did a comparison consistent with my observations as well. When you're in a calm port or you're just motoring through calm seas, catamaran is fine. Outside of that, you want a monohull. You want a monohull for if you're anchoring in a wavy harbor, if you're fighting against the tide, if you've got just a little bit of wind, if you're sailing. You think, okay, it's going to stay more flat when you're sailing. But the problem is when you're sailing in anything other than like motoring, when you've got a little bit of wind, it's not the most stable to sail with. So monohull, and then you talk about the price, particularly when you pull into a harbor and you want to dock this thing for a few nights, and they charge you not only by the length of your boat, but by the width of your boat.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
Size
and
matters,
sometimes
yeah.
you can't even get into a harbor because they don't have
Size does matter.
Don't have a well wide enough for you.
You're right. Size does matter. And all of those are valid arguments. However, I've actually heard the opposite about them. The only time that catamarans underperform are in stormy seas. And the reality is that catamarans sail faster by far than
they do sail
monohulls.
faster. That's true.
By a lot, not just a little. By a lot.
Well, that's why they race them, right?
Yeah, I mean they like catamaran, not like.
And then the 1986, I think it was 86, America's Cup. So the America's Cup, this was a yachting race that started in England. And they said, hey, I built the fastest boat. If you want to come challenge me, build whatever you can and come challenge me. And the Americans turned up in like 1800 something and challenged the British. And they have won every single year up to like 1990 something.
Damn right.
So they just called it the America's Cup because America kept winning it. Then there was this Australian that built this winged monohull thing, just gigantic boat, and said, I'm going to challenge you, America's Cup winner. You bring whatever boat you want, and I will absolutely dominate you. And they said, okay. And they showed up with a catamaran, and it wasn't even close. It was like 30 boat lengths ahead of them the whole time.
That's funny.
But now it's all like unihull, catamaran with hydrofoils and start the racing. And that's how it used to be, where people would just show up with whatever boat and you had to beat them.
I mean, the thing is that, the catamaran has, it performs so much better. It really, it outperforms in every single metric. And the reason is it has to displace less water. It actually has less drag. So when you're really looking at whether or not it's worth it, it's easier to avoid storms in a catamaran if you're paying attention to the weather, because you can just sail around them. You can outsail them. And I'm not saying that you won't get caught in a storm in a catamaran, and that wouldn't be stressful, but the idea is that you're actually paying attention and you're trying to avoid them.
Do you have sailing experience?
I don't. I've been doing a lot of reading. A lot of reading.
You know what? You come out on my boat. I'll take you out sailing.
There you go.
I can't wait. Let's do it.
We're actually not too far away from each other. You could make that happen.
Yeah, well, we had talked about actually putting our boat at one point over on Lake Michigan. So we could sail around and over to Wisconsin a few times. And then I heard about Zachariah Anderson. I don't know if you know him. And I'm like, I'm not going to Wisconsin.
Not really ringing a bell. Could you explain that?
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to go to Kenosha ever.
But yeah, you come on. We'll take you sailing, and then we'll take you on a variety of boats. I can take you on catamaran. I could take you on a nice 45-foot yawl. I can take you on my little boat, my little 35-foot sloop, and you can get an idea of how all these boats work.
Subtle brag.
I'm all about it. I'm not gonna spit in the face of that opportunity. I just I know that Jen and I are gonna end up taking sailing lessons, and we're gonna go through that whole process.
David could teach you.
I had a friend of mine who loved the idea of just like living on a boat, and I was like, "Oh, come on up." And they still haven't bought a boat. I even offered to sell them mine. but I don't think they liked it afterwards.
Lori
So
says, "What are
now-
these guys doing? A contest of some kind?" What
Who, us?
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
No
What are you
contest.
doing?
We're simply building Lego and having a friendly discussion.
We're having
And
a
welcome,
gay
Lori.
time
We'd love to have you here.
building
Thank you
Lego.
so much. Oh, Ben says, "Gotta go. Good night, everybody." Good night, Ben.
Later, Ben.
Right, Ben.
Take care,
Thanks for
Ben.
being here, buddy.
See you later, homie.
All
Okay.
right, I think I got the shelf figured out.
Oh my God, it's really cute.
That'll work. That'll do it.
Nice work.
I need to work a little bit more on the walls, but I
How does
think
that feel,
otherwise-
Valhalla? That is.
It's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit
Little
weird.
stalkerish.
I'm not sure what I should do right now.
I mean, it's kind of hot. John Gary donated $100 to the Gives and Go. John Gary, thank you so much.
Oh,
He says
yes,
Zach's
Oh.
number. John Gary says Zach's #1 fan. Wrongful podcast. Free Zachariah Anderson.
Oh,
And
yeah.
You know what
M.
that
donated-
means? That means Wendy needs to
That's-
take a shot now.
Oh, thank
that's
God.
definitely not the real John Gary, but I'll go with that.
I think John's on our side now.
No,
No, he's not.
no.
He's
Probably
not?
not.
Oh.
Well, let's see pops in chat. Identify.
Grace says,
that,
"Thank you,
so-
John."
I will believe it when I see John Gary in chat actually saying that he believes that Zach is innocent. I have never seen that happen.
All right, Wendy, you got to take your shot now.
I'm so scared
Wendy
Why
doesn't
are you
drink alcohol.
scared?
because I don't
she's the
drink.
MC and she doesn't drink. This show's about to go down.
Yeah, brace
You
yourself,
guys know
gentlemen.
I'm in charge of the. Am I doing whiskey?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
We have to do a whiskey and we have to do a vodka still.
Okay,
You've got
chat.
both of those.
We need another $100 for this because Wendy doesn't drink. Okay. Cheers. Salud.
Salud. Skol.
Oh, that tastes good. That's not bad.
Was that the Fireball?
Yes, sir.
That I told you I don't mind it. I don't mind Fireball.
I'm not going to divorce
That's
the
a
Fireball.
ladies' drink, Valhalla.
Listen.
He's a ladies' man.
Anything's a Valhalla drink when he's drunk enough. That's all
That's
I'm saying.
right.
I mean, I will give you guys credit. Building while distracted, I've made like 4 different mistakes while building this Lego set, and insofar, I've thankfully caught it before it's too late. But holy crap, could it be a nightmare if I got to the end of it and I didn't catch it in time?
It's a fun
Challenge.
little premise, this show.
We are at 55,000 total dollars donated to the Gives and Go. Thank you, everybody,
yes.
so much. We're very excited about that.
So, Solomon, when can we expect
Yes,
your YouTube channel to go live?
That's a really good question, David.
It's a question I've been trying to ask you for months, sir.
For a long time.
Very long time.
So I actually did start a channel. I haven't posted anything on it. I did, yeah, and I'm debating about the title on whether or not it's the right thing to do. Mostly because it feels like it's a play on the television show, which is I have a mixed feeling about it.
What's
so
the title?
I went with Better Call Saul, but instead of SAUL, it's SOL. And I don't know that it's the right name. I'm still on the fence about it.
Well, I'll say this, buddy. Don't focus so much on the name quite yet. The right name will come if you're uncertain. But you only get one chance to change your handle on YouTube and give it like that short name to where you can click at Valhalla Awaits and it takes you to my channel.
Yeah.
You only get one chance to adjust that. So choose that very carefully.
Okay. I mean, that's good advice.
Better Call Saul, I dig. Yeah. You can only change that one once.
Are you going to let people call in?
So that was the question: is like, do I make it something where?
Because I like that idea.
Where it's like a call-in thing, and I let people, contact us in that way.
That could be dangerous.
It could be dangerous. Yeah.
But it could be a lot of fun too.
Val Nicholas says when Val is covering the bottom half of that microphone, it looks like something completely different.
Jen says boo to Better Call Saul. So Jen's not a fan. I see.
Jen doesn't like that one? All right.
She's not a huge fan.
Other people are liking it. Nathan C likes it. Somebody else liked it.
It's catchy. It's memorable.
I mean, it's the show. It's the TV show, right?
Right.
Thank you, MG Law. MG Law, we didn't finish explaining what we're doing up here. We are building, this is called Lego Life, Law, and Libation. And we are building Lego sets and talking Lego, Law, and Life. And today David is building Valhalla's set.
Which is amazing.
Which is amazing.
It's so amazing. And I'm building the Dark Trooper helmet from the Star Wars collection.
I'm already buzzed from that show.
You'll be all right, Wendy. I have faith in you, babe.
I'm building a racing catamaran, the Lego Technic.
That's beautiful. Catamaran. Which he will not live on because he needs at least a 35-foot yacht to live on.
I will.
Anyway, MG Law was very kind in explaining to Lori that we do this once or twice a month, have a guest on, and build Lego while doing an interview. And today we are interviewing our special guest star is the one, the only Solomon Anderson.
Who unfortunately was brought into our world by very dire circumstances. But he's here now, and we love him, and I wouldn't change that for the world.
You're giving me a lot of credit here. I don't know if I deserve it, but thank you.
You know, you do deserve a lot of credit, and I'm sure you're sick of hearing it. But all of us would hope that if we were in the situation that Zach's been put in, that Zach has been illegally put in, that we would have a sibling step up for us the way that you and Jen have stepped up for your brother, and also Zenith that we know of. I'm sure there's other people also. But the way that you've stepped up for your brother is something that we envy. And we also there's a part of us that, you know, my dad said something today that made me happy, something that happened at my daughter's school. He said, it gives me hope in humanity again. And I feel like you and your family have been that for us as a community. You're giving us hope in humanity again, because even though this was an inhumane thing that happened to Zach, you're taking it to be, you're turning it around and turning it into something that can be hopeful and helpful.
Is Zenith in the chat, by the way?
I haven't seen her tonight, no.
I'm going to call this done.
Done?
Yeah. What do you think?
It's pretty awesome, Dave.
I'm okay with it.
David, I never called
I wish you had a plant or two.
Oh, that's right. I do. I take great pride in my plants.
I take great pride in my plants.
Yeah, I do.
Tia
I have
Nina,
a whole bag of plants.
Nice. Tia Nina with a $2 super chat.
I didn't see that. So sorry. Let me pull it up.
There it is. I got it.
Thanks.
Hey, chat. Hey, David. Hey, Saul. Hey, Val. Hey, Wendy. Hello, Tia Nina.
Yay.
Love and appreciate
I love when people say hi to me. Thank you. Tia Nina is hot stuff. She's been a really important part of our chat community over the last several months. I've enjoyed.
She's been around for a while.
She's been around probably as long as I have, I think. You know, I do want to take the opportunity to tell everybody that sends me either private messages on the various social media forums or publicly has thanked me for being a part of the MLS and Valhalla streams. I am only here by the grace of these good men, and they've been kind enough to ask me to come on, and I've enjoyed myself, and I do appreciate all the kind and beautiful thoughts and sentiments and words that you all say, and I do appreciate that, so thank you so much. It doesn't go unnoticed.
Valhalla.
Yes, sir.
I love
Perfect.
I had them out because I knew you had plants back there.
It's so good.
I need to get plants in here. So we got the turtle tank, the plant on the shelf, the one by the window.
So good.
You got your little pink curtains behind you.
I love
That's
it.
so good. You're gonna have to do your own studio, like the treehouse.
I could do the treehouse.
You're gonna have to have a treehouse.
But I got Nick. Nick is next.
I didn't say you had to do it next. But you're gonna have to do it, and that way you can maybe do a little Lego Live-mation intro someday with the actual studios.
I mean, that would be good.
Yeah,
I support this.
Where's the duck? I don't have a duck.
Ducks are outside. Oh, by the way, the ducks are outside, y'all. The ducks are no longer in my
good.
bathroom, being noisy
Yay, they
and
survived.
smelling horrible.
Straight
Yeah,
ask
decent.
Wendy, would you
Oh,
please
they're
have
so
Saul
bad.
explain the I love you sign meaning?
In the logo?
Saul, yeah.
Or
The I love
I'll
you.
show it.
A lot of people don't know what the significance is that to Zach and to the family and to the trial and all this.
So for those of you that watched the trial, you may be aware that there was an issue about Sadie speaking ASL that was brought up, and whether or not she was signing in the gallery. Well, the reason is because she had a bachelor's degree in deaf studies, and she spoke ASL, and because the way a child's brain forms, they were teaching the children to sign like milk and dad and mom and things like that. Just simple communications as tiny children, and
because they develop quicker than verbal skills.
That's correct. Yeah, because as it turns out, verbal language is very difficult for the brain to process, and it's easier to sign than it is to articulate. So all three children were raised with that as a standard, and Zach had adopted it quite a bit as well, having been with Sadie for like 15 years. And in that time, communicating with the children was pretty normal, and saying "I love you" was important. And they're twin boys, so he held up "I love you," and one of the boys walked up. This is his story, not mine. One of the boys walked up and touched his fingers in return to him, and so he held up both hands. "I love you," and it was one for each of them. It was very important that he was able to tell his children that he loves them, and so it was a part of communication in the courtroom as well. Which was at his own risk. He had like a 40,000 volt taser strapped to his calf, and so he walked in and he held up "I love you" to us in the gallery as he walked in. And so here we are with the "I love you" sign, with the new logo that Wendy is wearing, that was designed by Excited Utterance, Hella, out of Australia, and that's why it's important, because it's a symbol of his love for his children and his family, and it's why we do this.
And fuck you, you're crying. I'm not crying.
I'm not crying, you're crying. And for those of us, by the way, it's become important for us too, because I think for us, that's how, even though Zach has no idea who any of us are, it's how we show our love towards him and our support towards his freedom.
Does Zach have a good grasp of what exactly this
Does
is?
he get it?
No.
No.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't understand how it works, really. He's not connected to it at all.
That's cool.
He's in prison, totally disconnected from us, right?
Right.
He has no idea what's happening out here, and people send him updates, and he kind of gets that, but no, by and large, he has absolutely no comprehension what is actually happening and how hard people are fighting.
Well, Zach, buddy, if you ever do see this, and I hope that you do someday, free and not in a cage, and if that day ever comes, know that we love you, brother. We see how horrible things went, and we're doing what we can. We're doing what we can, man.
We love you, Zach. Merch Turfs for $4.99 super chat says, when David builds Nick's, the chair must be creaky and mouse clicky.
You have to get a ginger pussy to put on the back of the chair.
I do. There's certain things that I have to get for the next one. I wanted to try to get a goat, but I couldn't find an actual Lego goat. The only thing I could find was like an off-brand, and I was like, yeah, I can't do that. But here's my finished build.
That's awesome.
Does that look like
beautiful.
Valhalla Studio?
That's
gotta wrap
awesome.
That looks great.
It's really good. I
love
literally just got to setting my first.
You first sponsor.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Looks
so
really good.
So it, it actually goes through.
I really
this.
like the colors too.
That's
and,
very cool.
And this is the main deck. It's going to all connect in, and it's
Nice.
a Technic, so it's got gears and all kinds of stuff that are
Oh,
all operable.
How many pieces
so
is that?
404.
Okay, it's a good size set.
By the way, Lego has sheep for sure.
Oh well,
Nice.
You know
And
what?
it has
See, I was
it
looking
has it has baby sheep.
Nice. I was
They go on
looking
like
at what
one.
they do in some sets that are discontinued that would have cost me like $200 to purchase.
You can take the fleece off.
Oh my God, that's really cute.
That's
Kim
pretty
May
cool.
says on Saul's channel, you should create a playlist featuring all of the coverage of Zach by all creators that featured his case.
Ooh, that'd be a good idea, actually.
Love that idea, Kim May.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you can't really. I don't know if you can do that actually.
Can't you
can't
can't?
post well because you'd run into copyright issues. You can't post other people's videos.
I think
I don't know
once
how the
somebody
playlists work.
I thought when somebody put something on YouTube, it was
No.
There's
If somebody, so for example, if
Yeah, tell
somebody were to just post this Lego stream, David and I could both copyright that person. Not that we would, but it's.
I thought
it's
as
an
long as it
option.
wasn't they weren't streaming the live version, they could stream it.
No. This is our property. Like we own this video. This video is our work, right? And it's not like me or Dave would copyright anybody. And it's kind of a.
I mean, we really want Lego to replay this.
Well,
Okay,
for example, I would have no problem with Solomon putting any of the Zachariah Anderson things that I've done on his playlist. I would have no problem with that whatsoever. But somebody might, and somebody could.
I'm definitely going to have an issue with it.
David
That makes sense.
Everyone streams all of my stuff. Anyways, we're good.
That's what I thought. Half Irish.
So my daughter called me.
Aw.
And she's like, "Can you do me a huge favor?" I said, "What? What do you need?" She's like, "Can you call me in 3 minutes and do this big fight and be like, you need to get home now."
I love it.
She's on a bad date, is she?
Uh-oh.
She doesn't want to be where she's at, but she doesn't want to be rude. So I gotta call her, be the bad dad. Be like, you need to get home now. You're supposed to be home an hour ago. Where are you?
That's awesome.
Oh no.
That's
So
awesome.
in one more minute, I gotta call her. This
I
is the
love
fun
it.
part about being a dad.
Yeah, I would
I got
imagine
to
as
spend time with my dad today. It was nice. I had a good
Oh,
time. Yeah, I love the old man. You know, my dad's a Vietnam veteran,
I
combat
think you
veteran.
told me that before. Yeah. I think
Yeah.
we talked about that.
And so he's very special to me. My dad always says he lived for me. He found out I was born while he was fighting in the front lines.
Ooh.
The Red Cross came out and told him he had a big old baby. All he knew was it was a big fat baby girl. That's all he knew.
You know, one time somebody used my interview with Megan and Mirowitz, and this was a big channel. I don't remember the person's name. And I didn't know until somebody in my Discord said, "Hey, this person used your Q&A with Megan and Mirowitz in their channel." And I was like, "Oh." And so I tagged him in Twitter. And I was like, "Oh, I appreciate you using my stream. Just maybe give me some credit next time."
Right.
And that's the only time I really cared, because I had no connection with the person, and I wouldn't have known except somebody told me in the chat or in Discord.
Jesus Christ.
We need to come up with Dave's daughter's rescue script. Yeah. We do.
Yeah.
Just send him a picture of me and said, just tell
There
him
you
I'm
go.
on my way.
There you
Get
go.
home. He's on his way.
Well, am I
What's
not
Jeannie
scary
tonight?
enough? I can look scary.
You're not that scary, Dave.
Well,
It's
if we
okay.
give
Yeah,
you
but
like
he's still
one
a dad.
White Claw, you're definitely not
I-
scary.
I
So
have my dad's voice. Jung remembers my dad's voice.
Your dad
Yeah.
voice?
My dad voice. I
Nathan
had to pull
sees-
up my dad voice on chat once, like a year ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Do I remember this? Was it over somebody
Wow.
talking smack in chat?
It was just someone starting some drama over
My dad
Zachariah
too.
Anderson.
Oh.
And that's where I instituted my rule of you can't talk bad about anyone. You can no personal attacks unless they're against me.
Which
David
I think
likes
is a
to be
fair.
told.
I think that's a good rule to have.
I think
I
so.
don't think that's too bad.
Yeah, Lynn, that's what I was thinking of. By the way, hello, Lynn Dalton. We love Lynn
Hi,
Dalton.
Lynn.
Oh, Minecraft box set has cats. Okay, I gotta find
Yeah.
some cats here.
David,
Oh wait, I gotta call my daughter.
Oh yeah, call your daughter.
You
Debbie
know-
W, member for 6 months. Lego Minecraft Crafting Box 4.0 has cats in it. Thank you for being a member for 6 months, Debbie W.
Interesting.
We love our members.
You guys are pretty awesome. I will say that.
Pretty amazing.
We've got a really awesome group of people that watch us and follow us, and I can't express the gratitude appropriately. It's pretty amazing.
I think you do. I think you do. You're very humble and you're very gracious, and you really appreciate us, meaning your chat people.
You guys just amaze the hell out of me all
We're
the time.
pretty cool people. Solomon, if you were to write a book tomorrow, what would you write about?
Me.
Everyone should.
Oh man.
Got to get rid of that humble rumor you just started.
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding.
Write a book tomorrow.
She put up a fight too, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta play into this."
Oh yeah, you had to play. You had to really ham it up.
Fake argue.
It's a really.
It's like, but you said I could. I was like, "No, it's 11 o'clock. It's time to get your ass home now."
I love it.
Fantastic. Way to be a dad.
Well
I'm
done.
gonna send
Dave.
her a follow-up
Good
text.
job. Good job, Dad.
Follow-up text. Better get your ass home.
Hopefully, none of her friends are watching this stream because they're all going to know she wanted to get out of her fun with them.
If I know anything about teenage girls, they're not watching
this
They're
stream.
not watching. She's never told a single soul that her dad's on YouTube. Guaranteed.
That's funny. You know what?
You want external mic?
That
Is
makes
my
sense.
mic? Is my mic weird? Hang on a second.
It's been weird.
Oh.
You know, that's a really tough question. Like, what would I write about, right?
Yeah, what would you write about?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, David, we can hear you. And it's difficult because, like, what do I have passion about? What do I have passion and knowledge about? Those are two questions, twofold. I love board gaming, right? I love talking about board games. I like talking about the benefits of board gaming. That's great for me. I could talk about different types of board games and then talk about what makes it good. I enjoy that very much. If I was going to write a book, though, that is the question.
Board game or tabletop game?
Both.
Mine too.
Okay.
Both. I played both. So I ran a D&D table for, my group, my in-person group met for about 3, 4, 5, 6. I ran the table for about 5 years, and we got together for 9. So we had a pretty strong group, to do that. And I miss my group, honestly. I haven't been able to play. It's hard now that I moved away from Milwaukee to live out here, and that's fine. It's worth the sacrifice, honestly. I love Jen, and she is worth it. But I do like.
She's got to say that part.
Like
Yeah, that felt a little rerehearsed, man.
David.
No. But if I was going to write a book, honestly, this whole situation, you've all heard me rant a number of times about the issues in the justice system. Jen has also picked up the torch on the issues with the corruption in the system. I've read, or Jen's read, a couple of books and listened to some audiobooks about it. All that stuff is interesting. I also have enjoyed. Books like The Tipping Point, and I actually like Jordan Peterson's books as well. So, that might annoy some of the people that don't like Jordan Peterson, that have heard some misinformation about him. But he's got at least, if you don't like all of the things that he said, he's got good lessons for life that are worth paying attention to. And so it's just wisdom that's worth sharing, in my opinion.
I don't think there's a whole lot of Jordan Peterson haters in this group of people, to be honest. I think even if somebody dislikes Jordan Peterson that's here watching us, they're not going to be too woke leftist about it, shall I say.
Yeah, I just don't want to like alienate people. It's part of the whole deal here. But I don't judge people for whatever their personal affiliations or leanings are. I just
and we try to keep a community that strives to do that as well, right? We're not gonna what's the word I'm looking for? Obfuscate? Is that the right word? Somebody just for an opinion that doesn't match up on our own.
Did my video get monetized yet, or is it still copyright claimed? It's still copyright claimed. I did a little mashup with Fanny. That's stupid. I saw that in the chat with Brandon. That was ridiculous. But don't be afraid to be who you are. That's what I say.
I mean, I agree. I just, like I said, I'm just trying. I don't try to make people feel alienated, and I don't want people to feel like, like I'm taking a crap on their parade because I have a personal inclination for somebody's opinion about something. Does that make sense?
Sir, I would also remind you that you should not alienate yourself in fear of what other people's opinions of your opinions are.
And see, Jung sticks around, even though I shame her all the time for being left and for being wrong constantly. But she's still around.
Do I. I still stick around, and I get shamed for being from California, for being a lefty, from all the things.
I was looking.
I mean, I do feel bad for you for being from California, but
as you should. Hello.
Good night to me. Say hi, everybody.
Ooh, I found a Lego cat.
Good night. Good night. Love you.
Good night. Is
it
Ginger? Oh, good night.
By the way, it's only 8:00 here before all the people go, why is your grandson up at midnight?
Oh, no. See, it's not real Lego.
Or 11. Good night, sweetheart. Love you.
Right. You all want to see how far I am on this?
Everyone's saying he's so cute.
Yeah. He's adorable.
Oh, look at that. That's nice.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
There's actually they set this up to have like a stress bow in it because it's Technic. Yeah. So this piece right here needs to bow around. There's a couple of pegs in here, and so there's tension on this piece that needs to exist, and you have to kind of fit it together. It's a really interesting utilization of the Lego, but
it's a pretty cool build.
Yeah,
that's very cool. I want to know if you can make it sail.
I mean, it has sails, so there are actual sails, and it floats. So with a strong breeze, sure. It would be difficult to control though, because you can't like operate the wheel remotely.
Wait, is this a real Lego?
I'm young. That's because I'm here. Because I have your back. That's why.
I have a real Lego. Look at this. This would be perfect. Look at that.
I mean, to be fair, Mr. Jingles is a little bit more white in color than that.
He is, but that's pretty close.
That's good enough.
I'd call that good enough.
I'm gonna order
good enough.
One left. $22. Oh my god!
For one cat Lego piece.
See, this is the thing I was running into with the goat.
That's insane.
The gray one, you know what? I'm gonna get the gray one for $9.99 and paint the damn thing.
I've done that.
$9.99 still seems like a lot for a Lego cat.
Can you paint on those? Can you paint on the Lego? You can, right?
I painted Valhalla's beard. It was red, and I painted it brown.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's outstanding.
The hair was brown, but the beard.
Outstanding.
Hang on. I got me pull them out. But yeah, I painted the beard.
Oh, you got is it gray in there too?
Yeah.
Hell yes.
That's awesome.
Hell yes. Thanks for the reminder that I'm old. I appreciate that.
Anytime.
So my birthday's coming up in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks.
When's your
birthday?
It's March 2nd.
Okay.
Oh, we got another March guy in the house.
So yeah, it's actually the same as Josie from Wrongful. We share the same birthday.
Oh, that's neat.
The main reason why I quit YouTube is so that I didn't have to stream on my birthday.
That's because he has the same birthday very close to you.
You know what?
I think it's the 1st, isn't it, David's birthday?
No,
are we not supposed to say?
It's not the 1st, but I don't say. Yeah, March 2nd is Josie's birthday. Shout out to March 2nd. What was I supposed to do March 2nd? Something was happening. Oh, we have another Lego stream.
Yeah,
you do. Yeah.
Are you going to tell? Have we announced who our next special guest star is yet?
Sean, potentially.
Yeah, Sean,
I mean,
criminal.
it's public knowledge. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then after that, on the 17th, is it the 17th?
The 17th is a date.
No. The 27th, March 27th. That's Megan Fox.
Is it the 27th? I think it is the 17th.
No, today's the 17th.
Oh, there you go. That's why I was confused. That makes sense.
23rd is Megan Fox.
There you go. Megan Fox, writer, not Thumbs, is going to be joining us, and that'll be a lot of fun. I love Megan. I miss her. I haven't seen her in a while.
What did you say? Writer, not what?
Thumbs. Toe thumbs. Megan Fox, the actress, she has toe thumbs. And I'm so glad that I get to break this news to you for the very first time.
I don't know any of this.
I've never really looked at her thumbs. So
David, if you're not building,
too busy looking at
it. I'm pulling it up right now.
Oh my God, Solomon, I'm about to break every fantasy you've ever had about this woman.
Whoa! Who said I had fantasies about Megan Fox?
Everybody had fantasies about Megan Fox after Transformers.
More than meets the eye.
She does have.
No, are you kidding me? She wore too much lip gloss in Transformers.
She had lips in that movie.
You weren't paying
Yeah,
attention.
look at that's weird. Why does her thumb look like? Her thumb looks like a toe.
Oh,
it looks like a toe. There's better pictures out there. It's horrible.
Okay, hang on.
It's one of the most horrible things I've ever discovered about a Hollywood actress.
I'm not a hand person like that. It's not like
I wasn't either up until I saw Megan
Fox. Until he saw the thumbs.
Exactly.
Now he's a hand person.
Well, I'm not a toe person. That's for sure.
That's because you haven't seen my feet. I have beautiful feet.
I love it.
Somebody asked, is anyone going to sue Sadie? I guess if we were, we wouldn't announce it on
What would you sue?
I don't know. I can't really.
We don't know.
I mean, we'll see. What happens. Let's just go with that as an answer.
Nathan, let's see. Does that mean it's a hand and a foot job?
Gross.
I got no comment on that one, y'all.
That was an excellent joke. That's good.
I'm just gonna leave that one alone.
I don't think he forgot, John.
Who forgot
what? Did I forget?
That we're celebrating your birthday on March 2nd.
No, we're not. That looks so weird.
It's disturbing.
But I mean, if that's the ugliest
It's
thing
not
on
good.
her, oh wow.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of uglier things, like her face.
The fact
Stray,
that
we need somebody
MG
to
Kelly
donate
inside of
for
her.
Stray wants to know when the next drink is, but I don't
MG
think
Kelly?
we've had any more donations, right? Do we owe any drinks to anybody?
No,
Brandon?
not yet. The last one is. Well, we have one more, but we still got to get $100.
Yeah, we still need
because John Gary was the last one, and that was your shot.
Yeah, and
you still have one more shot of vodka.
I do.
That a girl.
So if we get another $100
I'm a
in
team
donations, Wendy does another shot.
That and
I'm
then
still
it'll be
drinking my
lit.
tequila.
I'm so proud of you, David. You're doing a really
I feel
good
like I
job.
need another beer though, because the tequila's getting a little strong without the chaser.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What'd you do? Can't swear on this channel.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, really?
I didn't know either.
I don't think that's a rule. I don't think it's ever been a rule.
Okay.
I don't think it's ever been a rule. I agree. So the Better Call Saul, the idea is that I want to be able to take the time to go through some of the court documentation that's relevant, and that will also point out the levels of corruption manipulation by Kenosha in this case, and relate it to other cases that exist in and around Kenosha. There's quite a bit of them.
You know what you should call the channel? You should call it "Get Wrecked Gravely."
I mean, there might be a bit, like a piece, that is titled, "Get Wrecked Gravely." And
I want in.
I honestly debated whether or not I would do like a thing where we do Better Call Saul, where people literally, call in and ask questions or have open discussion with the public. And I'm not sure. I'm still debating all of these factors, if that makes sense.
Well, buddy. Oh, actually, you have the channel, right? So we could probably plug it. We could link that in the chat and get you a few
subscribers. I didn't get the go ahead on that, so that's why I didn't link it.
You could. There's nothing on it. You could link it if you want, but there.
Then people could
subscribe.
save it.
I have zero.
Why don't you
videos,
pull the link up and put it in private chat for us, and then we'll throw it in there.
The private chat that I always
it won't let it'll be difficult to find at the moment.
Yeah, because it has nothing on it.
Yeah, it won't pop up right away.
But didn't you send it to me? You sent me.
I believe I did.
Yeah.
Yes, Shelly. He's gonna start doing a channel finally.
Where is?
And my offer still stands, sir. I will do anything that I can to help you out in that channel development, growth, learning experience, whatever.
Okay, there it is.
Heck
nice.
Yeah.
Did you get it?
Throw that link in chat if you can, Dave. And
I will throw it in chat right now.
Shit,
and it's in private chat, and it's up on the screen. Look at all that quality content.
Hell yeah!
Amazing.
There. Look, you got a subscriber. You got 6 subscribers now. Everyone go subscribe.
Go give Saul a subscribe, y'all.
Whoops, I just reposted it back in private chat.
Yeah, Chandler's channel sat for a long time without videos.
But she did so much publicity beforehand. So she had a lot of subs when she finally got it off the ground.
Her first live stream was with me.
It sure was. I was there.
I was a lot of people's firsts.
That's what she said.
You were not mine. I was an old biddy by the time you came around. Old wore out.
I was gonna say it was hot dogs in hallways, right?
It's funny because it's true.
Somehow it doesn't surprise me, actually.
Me either.
Yeah, Nick, we were talking about Solomon taking parts of our streams and putting them out there. I'll download them for you, and you can upload them. I don't care.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to anything I've done, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least add links.
We expect content to be added tomorrow.
I'm going to disappoint you, and get ready because it's going to be a wild ride of disappointments. But story of Jen's life, right?
I was going to say you got that in common with Miss Valhalla. Nice.
Yeah, do shorts and stuff out of our streams. Nick is saying.
I like that. Ooh, 40 subs already. You guys are gonna. I wanted to be the first.
I see 37 subs almost. I see 37 subs.
So
look at how many subs you got already?
I'm not sure.
I think David should rewatch his streams.
Oh, I have 29 apparently right now.
38 subscribers, it says.
I'm refreshing.
But do it with
39.
Solomon on his channel. Rewatch my own streams? I don't want to rewatch my own streams.
Why would you want to do that? That sounds
I
horrible.
don't like doing that.
It does sound kind of like a bad time. I'm not going to lie.
I really don't like watching myself stream.
Well, plus, there was a bunch of issues because at the time I wasn't monetized. So I was playing all kinds of fun stuff that eventually got struck and copyright claimed.
Did you ever get struck for the Muppets?
Oh, yeah.
Quotes?
Oh, yeah. Jim Henson playing.
All the Muppets got struck. Or not
That's
struck.
too
They
bad.
got claimed. So they were completely like demonetized because I didn't want to mute them out. I didn't want them to leave it intact. So I'm not earning any money from the Zachariah Anderson streams.
I want you to know that it really won my heart over when you played the Muppets, the intro to it. I laughed so hard in honestly a very difficult time. So it did make a difference for me. I watched that and I was cracking up. I was born in the '80s. I grew up with the Hensons, Muppets, and I appreciated it, David.
It turned into the Muppet Show at times where they were going back and forth. It was ridiculous. I didn't know you guys then. I was just doing my thing, and I didn't know YouTube then. And it's kind of a shame that I can't do that stuff now without getting,
blasted,
copyright struck. Well, even like I manipulated Larry David from last week's episode of Curb and put in Fanny in there as Siri. In the thing, and so it's manipulated enough that it should be fair use, but they still claimed it, right? And I'm still fighting with it, and I don't want to play it here, and I didn't want to play it on Jody or anything because I don't want it demonetized. For me, it wouldn't matter, but we're dual streaming with Valhalla, and I was dual streaming with Nick.
Yeah.
So, but you can't have the fun that you want to have when you're worried about all that stuff. It's sad. But maybe if I don't care about the monetization because I'm not streaming anymore, I can go ahead and start doing that stuff again. Because that was a lot of fun.
As long as it's not on dual streams, right? Then you're
as long as I'm not demonetizing someone else's stream, I don't care.
We don't care if you don't care.
52 subs now.
Hell yeah.
55 subs. 55 subs. Look
thanks,
at
everybody.
how fast you're going. Now you have expectations, sir.
That's a lot. I'm promising you I'm going to disappoint you. So let's not.
We're okay with that.
That's par for the course, buddy. These people pay attention to me and David.
We're used to being disappointed around here.
The point is that I'm in nursing school. I have a 10-month-old now. I have a family, and so this is not like creating content to post on there. I might post me like setting tile in my bathroom. I'm not sure yet, but
man, that's a great idea too. I wonder where you got that idea from. Wish somebody that was in your circle was like, "Hey, man, you should post content about you doing this bathroom remodel. It'll be great. It'll be great."
I don't know I honestly don't know what you mean.
I bet not.
I subbed on behalf of Nick too, so don't worry. We got you, Nick.
David, who's more corrupt, Fanny or Gravely?
Fanny, by far.
Fanny.
Bravely is hurting people. Whereas
so
Fanny
this is the
is
thing
just taking advantage of the taxpayer.
There's
you think Gravely's not?
I always say therapists are mentally disturbed but found a way to make money at it. Fanny found a way to make money at being corrupt. I don't think Gravely has. He's still wearing 20-year-old suits,
yes,
right? You can see the stitching coming off. And
it's because he's too fat to fit in his suits.
Hey, let's not be fat
because he's better at hiding it, David.
Maybe.
I can fat
That
shame
could
because
be.
I'm a chub.
Thank you for the super chat, though, Murphs.
Thank you, Murph's Turf. Murph's Turf's been around from the beginning too. We love her.
Yeah,
Murph's been around a long time.
Murph's been around for a long time.
10 months. How? 10 months? What?
That you've been around. That you've been streaming.
Has
That's
it been
what I
10
got
months?
from that. Yeah. It was well. Actually, it's been almost 12. I thought. Didn't you start in March?
Started in March, yeah. So it's been like 11 months.
Almost a year.
It was 10 months when I retired. This is me working through my retirement.
That's you're a door greeter at Walmart now.
I
So
love
That's
it.
right. That's exactly
love
what's
it.
going on.
Oh, that's funny.
My dad. I think he's 78 or something like that, and he just sold his company. So he was complaining to us today at lunch, that he didn't have anything. He doesn't want to leave the company, even though they're like, "Okay, you can go now, sir. Thank you for selling us your company." And he goes, "What am I going to do all day?" I'm like, "You're almost 80. Go, don't do anything." And he goes,
Pick up golf.
He thinks that's done. He said, "That's stupid. What am I going to do all day?"
Play golf.
My brother just retired, and he's going to get like a food truck and do something like that. Or,
Oh, nice.
I don't know. He just wants to, he wants to do something.
Well, there is something that when men retire, they struggle, and a lot of them don't last very long after retirement.
Yep.
So
it's also like one of the hardest times on a marriage.
That's what he said.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that statistically people end up divorced, and he doesn't want to divorce my mom. And I'm like, well, maybe she won't care. I don't know.
Get him a hobby and get him out of the house.
Yeah,
that's the most important.
The issue is that, like, so he's used to going to work all the time. He doesn't know what to do with himself.
Correct.
She's used to him being at work if she's at home. And now,
yeah, she just retired, so he's like, we can't both be home all day together. Yeah.
Yeah,
gonna kill each other.
The whole norm is totally turned on its head, and then people get at odds.
Do I box this up and send this to Valhalla? That's the question.
I say yes.
Heck yeah.
I say yes. I was thinking about it, asking, but I thought it was going to be weird.
No, I was just thinking, I'm like, what am I going to do with this? I'm just going to send it to Valhalla.
Send it to me. I love it. Or bring it to me in May.
Hi, Erin Olivia. She says, woohoo, I made it before you all were done. Hey, all.
Oh, I'm
Hi,
still
Erin.
quite a ways from being done. So you got
As
plenty of
usual.
time to
I've
do
been
it.
done for a while.
You didn't even build a set.
Oh my god, I didn't build a set. I built this from scratch without
You
plans.
played with Legos. You didn't even put legs on those turtles.
Right?
I'm just.
Yeah.
And you only got one of the two turtles. There's two turtles.
Half of the turtles. You didn't even do all the turtles.
It's a small tank.
That's
We
a
gotta
good
make
idea.
It's huge.
compromises.
This tank is 125 gallons. It's 6 feet long.
You guys like Valhalla Studio?
It's pretty awesome.
If you guys don't know, this is Valhalla Studio. He's got a little rabbit because I didn't have a goat. But he's got his turtle and his plants. And look, his beard is realistic.
That's pretty awesome, too.
He's got his little Thor hammer.
Erin Olivia says, David, I wouldn't brag about always finishing first.
In my world, there's something to brag about.
In my world, it's a good thing.
I don't know if
Mimsy,
you're watching me, but I'm actually raising and lowering because it's geared.
Oh,
I'm
that's really
raising and
cool.
lowering.
Is that the hydrofoils?
Yeah, it is the hydrofoil. So you can actually adjust the hydrofoils. So it's pretty sweet.
Mimsy, they are going to keep him on for a year as a consultant. But yes, you're right. Josie says you should have made Rosalio's apartment, David.
Ooh.
Oh, that would have been a good one.
Yeah, they asked me to do it, but I had already planned on this, and I wasn't about to take that.
I'll be back. I need about 5 minutes.
All right.
Nobody said it to me. No,
Where's the
nobody
horn
told me.
drinking vessel?
I mean, I don't know what to tell you, David.
He's doing shots tonight, Kim A.
I feel like maybe you need to be more in touch with your audience.
Apparently.
Yeah.
But that's not Lando.
Solomon, what are the 3 books you recommend to our listeners?
Oh, 3 books to recommend to people.
You're a well-read man.
I recommend the Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell. Very important read.
It's a very liberal book.
There's some criticisms about it, cherry picking some information, but I think that intellectually, if you're willing to think about it with an open mind, it provides a very interesting concept or a very interesting argument about when things reach critical mass and when change really occurs. I think that it's relevant to all of us, especially in this conquest that we're in the middle of. Fighting for change, fighting for Zach. So,
what does it say about when people start when change? My understanding has always been, from a sociological standpoint, that change happens only when those who are not directly affected see an issue. Did they talk about that?
Not in that book, no. That's not what the topic of the book is about. But it is relevant. I'm just I recommend at least reading it with an open mind. That's a good one.
Where at, Fox?
For pleasure, for information. That's what I would like to know. Pleasure reading. I enjoy The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. I enjoy. Oh man, I mean, you can't go wrong with The Lord of the Rings. I mean, yeah, the question still goes back. But Zach likes to recommend Chimpanzee Politics. He tries to get me to read that almost every time we talk about the world, and how society treats people that they believe are going to break the mold. So that would be another one that potentially worth reading.
Have you ever read 1 Second After?
No.
That's an interesting book.
Harry Potter's interesting. Valhalla. I mean, I saw you mention that one, but for pleasure reading, Harry Potter's decent. I think it got good at about the fourth book. But what 1 Second After? What's that all about?
1 Second After is when it's not a nuclear bomb, but it's what do they call it? A pinch. It's when the electromagnetic pulse that's contained in a nuclear bomb, when that sort of goes off and kills all electronics in the United States, and people are thrown back. And it's a really good book about it follows this guy and his kids. Like his one daughter has diabetes and she can't get the medication and all kinds of stuff. And it's a really good book, kind of a scary book. It kind of scares you. You're like, this could really happen. And this is what, if all of our modern conveniences went away in 1 second, what we would be doing. So it's a very fun, interesting book.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think about that all the time. Like people think about zombie apocalypse, right? Just
it's
like
happening. It's gonna happen.
I actually have had really serious thoughts about what would happen if there was a massive EMP. Like, because people don't really realize that all it takes is one huge solar flare. It doesn't even need to be nuclear war.
Yeah.
Like our sun, the thing that sustains life on this planet, has the ability to release or to emit a solar flare with an EMP so powerful that it could knock out satellite communications, our computers and electronics and everything. Like, unless it's completely shielded, like in a lead case, like we might be totally boned. And we don't know that it won't happen. We really don't. And we don't know when it would happen. So yeah, I think about that.
This is the book. It's a really good book. I read it several years ago, maybe 10 years ago now. But it's really good, and I highly recommend it if you want to scare yourself to sleep at night. Well, you can do Harry Potter for some pleasure reading.
Yeah, I mean, I read the Harry Potter to my son all the time. So
we've got another $100 donation on the gifts and gifts.
Oh, okay. So Wendy's got the Valhalla shot.
I do.
By the way, this is the other book that I was looking at, or book, the boat. This boat I found after Solomon showed me his. This is the monohull.
That is the monohull. So
awesome.
I've got both hulls on and the hydrofoils.
Nice.
So
oh my God, could you be louder?
These actually raise these little tanks, raise the hydrofoils.
That's very cool.
That's really cool, Solomon.
That's a cool set.
I'm gonna get this one for the next build.
Hell yeah!
I like it.
Ooh, wait, hang on.
I mean, since you're a monohull purist,
aficionado.
Don't get me wrong. I was really leaning hard into monohull, and I mean, there's a lot of issues with comfortable living with children at sea.
How comfortable living do you think you're going to have at sea with children?
Yeah, see, that's the thing is, I think you're being misled.
There's a family that I follow on YouTube that lives on their sailboat,
It's
and they
a
have
thing.
4 kids.
Jesus.
It's a thing. You can live with your kids at sea. It is a thing.
Oh yeah, I would definitely want to do it. My plan is to maybe I'll bump into you over in Sweden sailing around.
Oh, absolutely. Jen and
Okay,
I
but
are looking forward.
I'll be on a yacht. Y'all have fun on your sailboats.
The reason why I'm building this
What do you
bigger
think a
boat.
sailboat is, Wendy?
I don't think she's talking about that kind of a yacht.
I'm not talking about like a 35 foot. I'm talking like 100-foot yacht, sailing yacht.
She's talking. They're still yachts. So even at 35 feet, it's still a yacht.
At 35 feet, it is technically a yacht. Yes.
It is technically.
Is that the definition?
35 feet or bigger.
I think anything 35 feet or over is considered a yacht.
So and it's about the luxury of the boat. So that's a piece of it. But yeah, it's still a yacht. Whether it's a catamaran, a trimaran, or a monohull at that length, it's still technically a yacht.
Yes, half Irish. Thank you, babe. She's
I
talking to you.
found the video that I wanted to send you. This is the couple. They do like a really comprehensive rating system, and they go across like a bunch of different parameters. This video is quite long. So this is the video I'll send you if you haven't seen it.
I have seen it actually.
Oh, you know this one? Okay.
Yeah.
They're very anti-catamaran.
Yeah, but the catamaran still beats the monohull in their point scoring system and what they're weighing.
Well, yeah, it depends on, I guess, what you want. If you want comfort at a standstill, but
yes, potentially, but we could debate it. I think it's a debatable topic, but still, performance just outstrips the monohull. That's where. If you do
performance
the math,
in what field, though? I mean, you're talking about performance when you're going into the wind. You can say that you're gonna go head on into the wind. Do you think the catamaran's gonna outperform a monohull? Got the waves crashing onto you. Now, what if you're fighting a tide? What if you got a tide that's leaving to the west, and you got the wind coming at you from the south, and you're anchored in a bay? What do you think is gonna happen? You're gonna be
SOL.
So we're talking about confused seas, and I live SOL every day. So, and I'm not saying
the monohull is just going to sit there going true into the waves, and it's just going to go, and you could just hang out right in the middle.
I mean, the monohull is going to have a better ability to attack, because it can pick up speed easier than the monohull as well.
All right.
So maneuverability, because performance is better on the catamaran.
Performance is important.
Is important.
Well, the more important question,
size and performance matter.
I was going to say, is what is Jen's preference?
Yeah,
she's on the fence. We've been going back and forth about this for some time.
Jen wants to be on my yacht.
And she just wants to be. She wants to be on
with a wait staff and a maid.
Jen, if you're listening, I've offered to take you guys out. Solomon said absolutely not. But
I did not say that. Let's not put words in my mouth, David.
Welcome.
Let's
to
go. That's what I'm. Let's go. I'm down.
Jen, do you want to come on my yacht?
Is it a motor yacht or a sailboat?
A sailboat, please.
No, Wendy.
Motor.
She's talking about 100-foot yacht, but do you want a motorboat? Or
Wendy's not going anywhere with a sail. It's going to have an engine, guaranteed.
Yeah, look at her nails.
She's not cranking out. There are also.
By the way, these are my real nails. These are my real nails.
There are moto sailors as well. So that's...
Okay, I do. Yeah, I want the Titanic. I only one made. No, not only.
Maybe not the Titanic. That's a little.
Yeah, you don't want the Titanic. That one sunk. You want one that's going to stay on top of the water.
When I was in Mexico, I legit saw real live yachts like jamming past us, and I'm like, "That's
the life."
Those are my people. Those are my people. I'm not gonna lie. I like luxury. I like luxe. Yeah.
The stream has gone some places. Yes, the stream has gone some
places. It sure has. It sure has.
Bebop is back.
So what's your timeline for purchasing your first boat? Because you got to start somewhere.
We do have to start somewhere. I think that we're looking to probably take sailing lessons and start working on that within 5 years. Okay. And probably buy a boat somewhere between 5 and 10 years.
You can buy a smaller 20-something. Well, it depends on how many kids you have. And then, maybe something that's a little run down. You got to fix it so you learn the boat. You learn how to sail on it. It's small enough that you're not intimidated.
Yeah, we've talked about a lot of those aspects as well, on how exactly to approach the sailing lifestyle and learning the skill, because it is a skill, right?
Well, the first thing you need to learn is that a boat is a hole in the water you throw money into.
100%. Yeah, that is already on our radar. And
as long as you don't go in like, I'm going to buy this boat, fix it up, and sell it for a profit.
But if it's your home and you don't own a home, like on land.
Dave needs to catch up on drinks. All right, I'm going to go get a beer.
I have always been told the two best days in a boat owner's life are the day that he buys his boat and the day that he sells his boat.
I heard that too, though.
I mean,
the best boat is someone else's boat. Yes, Emya.
There you go.
I mean, I've got friends that tease me about it too, but there's still freedom, right? I'm not saying
for
there's
sure.
not maintenance. And stuff
I
like
certainly
that.
like the idea of that. It just seems so untethered.
Right.
What's that?
To
Being on a boat, living on a
life.
boat.
Like people
Doing
talk
the
about
boat thing.
van life, and I'm like, nah, I want to be on the water. If I'm going to be
Right.
stuck in something 30 feet or smaller, I'd give me a boat over a
My
van.
wife just worked out our summer schedule, so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday we'll be living on the boat, and then we'll be home the rest of the time.
Yeah,
so that'll be fun.
Nice.
Used to be like that, and then we got horses.
Oh,
So
yeah,
now we got to
horses.
split it.
Yeah.
Horses, they definitely cause problems for freedom. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about a boat being a hole in the water where you just throw money into. Horses do the same thing, but but you ride them. They're just they're hay burners. They're very expensive.
There's a meme I saw. It was roses are red, violets are blue, and it had a horse, and it says, "I eat your money, and it comes out as poo."
It's true.
That's pretty good.
It's so true.
Yeah, so
Get
I have
donkeys,
2 holes
they're
I just
easier.
throw money into.
I was just going to say, I think Belle has the right idea with the
Donkeys
goat
are way
farm.
easier.
Donkeys and goats. Although the goats
Okay.
seem like they're pretty high maintenance, are they?
Goats are super high maintenance. Don't ever get
Yeah.
into goats, y'all.
But a donkey's not, right? A donkey's pretty
No,
cheap.
donkeys pretty much take care of themselves. They
See-
require very little attention and maintenance.
Oops, sorry, David.
I was just going to comment on Lynn's thing. See, the beauty about a sailboat is that once you get it, though, it's free to get around. I have put
That's true.
I didn't know
fuel
that.
in my engine, I think, twice or maybe 3 times in the last 10 years that I've owned the thing. So otherwise I just sail it around. The engine gets you out of the harbor, and then you throw the sails up, and it's free thanks to Mother Nature.
So, David, I thought about you when I was on my Mexico trip, and I was sailing in this
You're with
ginormous.
the guy that looks like you, or looks
I was
like
gonna
No,
say,
I don't.
because
I don't
of
take
that.
my boyfriend. I don't take my boyfriends on my vacations. No. Those are my vacations. I always go single. I went on this ginormous catamaran, like 100 people were on it, and I was next to the sails. And on the way there, we just motored all the way, but on the way home, we sailed home. And the sail was like, I took a video for you. It's like so tall. It was like, I don't know how many feet. Ginormous. I was like,
you
now
took a
this.
video for me. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I have. I forgot. I haven't posted it yet. I'll
Very
send
cool.
it. It's really cool. And I think I even said in the video, Dave, this is for you. It was pretty neat. I thought about you. I was like, oh man. I mean, it was the biggest sale. I used to sail a lot in high school, and it was the biggest sale I'd ever seen. It was just amazing. Just beautiful.
And is that before or after the thing we can't talk about?
It was after the thing we can't talk about. Thank God I still had 6 more days to recover.
Oh no!
Don't float.
Bless you, Wendy. Bless you.
Yeah, I'm a Puritan. I'm not a Puritan, but I don't drink. I'm a pretty buddy-duddy girl.
Where is Valhalla? There he is.
I'm right here.
Where's Jamie been tonight? I haven't seen Jamie all night. Does anyone know where she is?
She doesn't like us anymore. She told me the other day in a text.
Yeah, she said, "Screw you guys. Dave's done.
Moving on."
She didn't. She's just all about Baker now, huh?
Yep.
And I haven't seen Baker tonight either.
Baker got full custody, and that's it.
Mm.
No, I don't know.
These custody cases are no joke. Parent alienation is real.
Mm-hmm.
It is real.
Baker's alienating Jamie against me.
Mm-hmm. I'm not surprised.
Damn it, Baker.
That's how my husband is. I mean, I'm like one of 5 of his wives, so. Tall ship sailing is the best.
It's been weird not streaming and not seeing everyone.
It's probably been a little bit of a relief, though, no?
A little bit. Because I've been working on stuff that's just been sitting and not doing anything. Like my boat, it's nice to work on that.
Yeah.
I did see that video.
How does your wife feel about you not streaming as much anymore?
She's like, "Oh, you got to stream tonight? Okay." I don't know. She's I don't know. We'll say indifferent because I make it a conscious effort to stream most of the time when she's not home anyways.
Yeah.
So when I was streaming, she usually wasn't home. So it's not a big impact on her. Except maybe she's seeing that things are getting done around the house.
Yeah. That would be nice.
That's
parent alienation for sure, right? I agree, Jung.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to message her. I'm be like, "Hey, everyone's talking about you. Where are you?"
Yeah, right? Please do. I'm a little worried about her.
Hey, everyone is talking about you because you're not in the chat. See what she says.
Jamie.
Yeah. It was funny because she's now watching Chris Chan live streams because I got her into that. She texted me earlier. She's like, "Hey, your boy's on."
That's outstanding.
It's like, "Oh, glad you're monitoring him for me. I didn't know he was on."
Wait, who was on?
Chris Chan.
Chris Chan. You don't know Chris Chan?
Never
Don't worry about it. Are we going to go down that road again?
I only know. No, you guys know I don't know anybody, right? Like I am the least knowledgeable law tuber on the planet. Not law tuber, law tube watcher on the planet.
Chris Chan.
I found Nicholas, David, and Val, and that's it for me.
That's good enough.
Good enough. Seriously, good enough. And all the people that have come behind them, I only watch them out of loyalty to like the whole like process and like that, I don't really, that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Well, we love you, Wendy.
Bless you, Wendy.
I love being here. And we're so excited to have Solomon on the Lego stream tonight.
Well, thank you for having me.
There we go.
Right,
Here's
John.
Chris Chan. Look, he was building Legos earlier today too.
I don't really do bets and wagers. That's another detail. So my power is not meant to be used for any bet type of thing.
So he lives in the spirit world,
obviously,
where Sonichu lives
and whatnot.
He is building a Lego. He had a Lego stream. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I didn't know he had a Lego stream earlier today. What's he building?
Is it Lego or is it Mega Block?
It looks
I think
like
it's Mega
Lego.
Block.
It might be Mega Block.
What's that?
Oh, look at how lame. I don't know who this person is, so I don't want to talk shit. But they didn't do Lego correctly.
Shit. It's okay.
Valhalla Awaits taught me that it's not Legos, it's Lego. So this owner here, this dude here put Legos. That is not the correct.
Well, we'll just say that he's on the spectrum.
That's a bummer.
Okay.
I think I used it plurally as well.
That's already plural.
It is. It's like data, isn't it? It's already a plural. I just want to point out, I don't know if you can see this well. Check it out.
Fucking shit.
I have the dual rudder.
Nice.
Dual rudder working.
You know, you could probably put some servos on there, a little remote control, and steer that
wrong.
thing around.
You're not wrong. You probably could.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Lego's good for that.
He is good for that. You're not wrong.
He's
And
on some
Technic,
type
too.
of spectrum. Yes, he's on some
He's
type of
definitely
spectrum.
on some type of spectrum.
Technic.
So Chris Chan is probably one of the most documented people on the internet. He's been around since he was like 12 on the internet. And there's a guy who has oh my god. There was a guy who has done a documentary about his life. And it's an amazing tragedy that I can look away from. For like 6 months I watched all of Chris Chan. What is Val making?
I had it done, and then I found the piece that I thought I was missing, and now I've got to fix it.
He's making a helmet.
It's the Dark Trooper helmet from the Star Wars collection.
Jung, should I send this to Valhalla?
Okay, so yes, but you've had a couple of comments. Number one, people want the horn drinking thing.
Yes.
They want that in David's rendition of your office.
Oh, that's
I know, that was one of the things that I needed to find.
And somebody else wanted a donkey looking in.
Donkey?
Looking in the window.
I could put a horse looking in.
Close enough.
It is close.
I love when Jung does stuff. By the way, if you're not a member of MLS, you must join because the Discord community is vibrant and fun. And
Only join for the Discord, not member stream.
Yeah, just join for the Discord.
Oh my God, stay together.
No, I was looking for a horn. Actually, I found feathers for Valhalla's hair because I know he likes feathers in his hair.
It is my favorite thing ever, actually.
See, so like, I found a fish.
What
I
is
found like a
happening?
silver fish that I thought would work, but I can't find the horn.
That's what she said.
The more I try to fix this thing, the more it falls apart.
Yeah, that's the story of my life. Welcome to being
Right.
50.
Okay, so I need to find a Lego horn and a goat.
Then
Goes like that.
I have so many shields.
Go there. All
And I
right.
even have a bone. I have a bone. I have everything but
Oh,
like
that's really
a
cool.
goat horn.
Here, let's do this.
By the way, I made this all with like things I had from my
Yeah.
childhood. Legos. This isn't
Like that even makes it more special. Uh-oh. Valhalla Awaits is done. That's awesome.
This one's pretty cool.
It's a little bit scary
that
to
one.
me, actually.
It's a little scary. It's got
That's
a little
one of those,
bad guy
Jedi-
feel to it.
Isn't that a Jedi droid?
It is a Dark Trooper, is what it
Dark
says.
Trooper, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the elite that fights Rey, right? One of those. Isn't that what it is?
Could be.
I thought it was the droid that had like the midichlorians put into it. Or whatever.
I
Does
thought
it
Dark
light
Troopers
up?
were the ones that were Jedi hunters, the ones that they had set up to try and fight Jedis. But I think in
Yeah,
the one
that's.
that
I
Rey-
think we're talking about the same thing, but I thought they used like midichlorians.
I mean that's possibly true.
Erin Hack says she does not have the patience for Lego building. Yeah, I agree. It's difficult.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
Look, I have a genie lamp,
I'm a genie in a bottle.
Ooh.
baby,
but
come
I don't have a
on.
horn. I have a Terminator skeleton.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Did your mom save all your toys from when you were growing up, David?
I saved them.
You did? That's pretty cool.
Wait, Jamie did respond. I ignored her text though.
Oh, don't ignore Jamie. Where is she?
That one's a little warm. We're gonna put that one back in the fridge.
Yeah, let's put that one back.
She says she's lurking, but she's watching a movie and did see that I stream snipe Chris Chan.
Oh,
That was Jamie, right? That we got her on that one night.
Yeah.
We went down that rabbit hole for like a half hour, just explaining who he was.
Jamie says, "Quit ignoring me." So then, like last week,
good night, Lynn.
He was live, and I messaged her and I said, "Oh, you got to get in on this and chat with me in chat." And so she did, and then we kept chatting with each other or texting each other. I said, "Why don't we just stream it in my Discord?" So then for like an hour and a half, we streamed it in my Discord, and a bunch of other people joined us. It was a good time. So now she's all about Chris Chan. So now she watches him regularly and texts me when he's live.
Oh, that's hilarious. Hi, Jamie. We love you.
You know what?
Pretty good.
How much you got left, Solomon?
Oh, actually, not much. I think I'm building the mast right now.
I have a scuba tank.
So I don't know if you can see. Like
I'll go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and build the.
You're gonna build the flout for Mrs. Valhalla.
Yeah.
Like I really don't have that many pieces left. Like I don't know. If
Oh,
you can
good.
see
Yeah,
it.
you're close, Solomon.
Is Valhalla going to finish 2 sets before you finish one?
No, I don't believe that will happen.
Good night, Lynn. We love you.
I have a ton of these lanterns.
Stray,
don't know
can you post Valkyrie's link too so people can sub if they have
I have a droid. Do you have any droids in your room? I have a droid.
I don't have any droids. That whole this whole where'd it go? This whole wooden table here, those are all Star Wars sets on it.
Oh wow.
Those are all Star Wars sets.
You know what I'm most proud of? Getting the pink curtains.
They're brown
over your
in real
window.
life, but
they look kind of pinkish.
We'll let it ride.
Hey, Valhalla, how do you feel about Rey Palpatine / Skywalker?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I kind of lost faith in Star Wars after Disney and haven't really watched many of the new ones at all. I know that's disappointing. I didn't
It's not
watch.
disappointing because it was awful.
They were all awful. Everyone.
Rogue One was passable.
Oh, there's so many little pieces.
Rogue One is one of the best Star Wars ever made.
Dave with his lies.
No, it was. It really was. It was a great movie. It's a great standalone movie. You don't even need to be a Star Wars fan and you can enjoy the movie. You know everything that's going on. You don't need any sort of extra content.
Well,
unlike the sequel trilogies.
I think it's safe to say that anybody that liked which one was it? What did you just say?
Rogue One.
Rogue One. Anybody that did like Rogue One probably wasn't a Star Wars fan in the first place.
It's a great war movie. It's just a science fiction war movie.
Yeah, because I don't think that it has much. It doesn't tie into the rest of the Star Wars universe.
Well,
I have no idea.
It does. It does to the extent that, like, it literally ends right when the original movie, the first Star Wars movie, starts.
Yeah, I just said not as heavily. I'm just saying that it didn't like kill off our most beloved characters and stuff like that. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I forgot the thing that got Jamie hooked is that so Chris Chan, he's been online looking for a girlfriend. And he went on this rant about all the girls that he meets all have boyfriends. So he started saying that I need a boyfriend-free girl. So that was his thing. And he would put out personal ads for a boyfriend-free girl. And then people started trolling him and would set up fake meetups and stuff like that, or they'd film it and all kinds of stuff. And
yeah, poor bastard.
So he was always looking for a boyfriend-free girl. Well, after his father died and his mother got dementia, he found one. And let's just say that's sort of, and let's just say that sent him to prison for a little bit.
Oh no!
And
well, that'll happen. That'll happen when the person's under 18.
Well, right.
No. His mom.
Oh.
His mom was the boyfriend-free girl.
Oh no!
Yes, his mom with dementia.
Yeah.
And so he went to prison for a little while. He got out 6 months ago, and he was reading his prison letters the other day live on stream. But this guy, he's full on the spectrum somewhere. And we'll say, I don't know if it's high on the spectrum or low on the spectrum, but he's on the spectrum.
He's high enough.
Yeah. And they sussed it out. Like people watching his live stream sussed it out and figured it out what was going on, and they called the authorities. He didn't like come right out and say it, but he was like just not cryptic enough that people figured it out. So he's back to live streaming. I think he has a court-appointed handler now. And so
like
he's been
Britney
doing,
Spears had.
yeah, but I think more intrusive than what she had.
Oh.
She just had a conservator. This guy's got a full-on like parent now, like court-appointed parent. And yeah, gross. I forgot about this. Yeah.
I forgot.
So anyway, so that's Chris Chan. But he's been on the internet since he was like 12, and everything in his life has been documented on the internet to some extent, either because he's putting it out there or other people have been putting it out there. But everything about this guy's life is now, well, now it's Christine too. We can't forget that. It's now Christine. Oh God. Because I think at some point he thought he'd have better chance with the ladies if he was one. See what Dave forces me. I didn't force you to watch anything. You know you can't look away. It's like the worst kind of train wreck.
The worst kind.
It's the worst kind of train wreck.
It's really sad, honestly. It's awful. I mean, I also believe in the male loneliness epidemic. That is a thing that a lot of people are experiencing nowadays, especially men. So that's rough. That poor kid. And gross, also gross.
Don't forget gross. Don't forget gross.
Let's not ignore the gross, because it is next level gross. But wow, that is awful in all of the ways.
Let me see if I can find his other stream. No, he's still building Legos. Why does he build so many Legos? Who builds Legos live on Twitch?
What's wrong with building Legos?
Okay, so this is what he looks like now.
Dave,
So this is him now. But he's also the creator of Pikachu, who is not Pikachu.
What?
Yeah.
Sonichu.
Like
Sonichu.
Pikachu?
He's the creator of Sonichu, which is Sonic the Hedgehog and Pikachu together. And now he has embodied the spirit of Sonichu and is, in fact, Sonichu. And he was able to make a girlfriend for himself, which is the pink one, whatever. I can't remember. But he's got a Sonichu medallion.
Struck for that.
If you take this down, look, he's got this Sonichu medallion right here that he's always wears, and there's just so much about him. Oh, he has tried to suggest that Nintendo adopt Sonichu and make it into an actual character.
Sonic is a Sega character.
Yeah, but Nintendo owns it now.
Owns it now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And socks and thick blanket. Mild decreased appetite as my body felt only able to eat the vegetable and fruit sides from the trays. Felt unable to stomach the spicy bean meats and rice and noodles. Fever? Yes, but also psychic headaches as usual.
Psychic
my
headaches.
My right side broken.
Prison food was too
spicy. Prior to it being removed.
Apparently.
I gotta get that replaced at some point. It's gonna happen shortly enough. Anyway. And the gum line underneath it were sore like hell. Not part of the virus, but having this alongside that was a most unrestful itch.
Oh,
and the virus affected my voice from the throat, and there were mild hits in the chest prior to the swab. We mistook it consciously as a chest cold.
Can we invite him, Valhalla? I do a Lego stream.
I mean, sure, we can invite him.
Anyway, find where I left
It would
off.
be an interesting interview.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
And decrease the number of toxic individuals left behind. from those that stayed strongest and survived the virus. Day 3. Last night was without sleep, yet with physical rest and self-healing from about 2 to 6 or 7 a.m. The meditations while sleeplessly resting proved mentally stimulating.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. People were asking him to heal them. So he'd do this healing thing. He'd just wave his hand. I forgot about
like
that.
A healer too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I forgot. It's so bad. It's so bad. Everyone needs to go watch him. Every time he's live, I'm in the chat. Like, Jamie, are you here?
Road, Woodland, and State Route 16.
Oops, sorry.
What was that?
The fuck?
That was my.
Oh, where are you going?
My daughter said the roads are flooded where she is, and I don't believe her, so I'm checking on the app, on a Waze app.
See, it was a train wreck. Yeah, Jamie's. It was a total train wreck. But it's highly entertaining. This is the stuff I get to watch now that I'm not streaming all the time.
Lucky you.
Lucky
you. Jamie jumped in chat. She's like, "This is why you stopped streaming, so you can watch this guy."
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yikes.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
Can I get a Lego goat horn?
There's horns I got all kinds of horns.
You have Lego horns?
Yeah. With the cows. Cows all have horns. Some of the helmets come with horns.
Oh, like what about the Viking?
Oh.
Just get a Viking helmet.
You know what?
Yeah.
Hang on, let me get my thing back up.
They also have like goblets. You could just use a goblet.
No, but they specifically said the goat horn.
Well, they have horns. This cup is a cow horn, by the way, not a goat horn. FYI, y'all. Now you know.
Gotta have a horn somewhere.
Lego's got all kinds of horns.
Yeah, but do I have one? That's the question. I have a parrot, several parrots. I can't believe I don't have a horn.
I find it hard to believe as well, if I'm being perfectly honest with you.
Yeah. But I don't have a lot of Viking sets. I mostly have medieval or Western.
What about the dragons? The dragons used to have horns on them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dragons have horns?
Yeah.
This is cool, but it doesn't work.
So ignorant.
That's the samurai one.
Yeah.
This is neat.
We need another $100 for Zach's Gives and Go people.
They've got a setup for the jib sale and everything. Like it's pretty neat.
The jib is the sail in the front of the boat.
I was just about to say that nobody has any idea what a jib sail is.
Is it a flying jib?
It's not.
No,
it's not.
It's a fixed jib.
It is a fixed jib.
All of Valhalla's Lego builds on the shelves. I know. I was thinking
that
about.
Isn't horny is the girlfriend of a Lego builder. So funny.
I would disagree with the simple fact that Miss Valhalla gives me Legos to build for her.
Yeah.
And then she gets excited when I give her Lego flowers. So, take that. Beep, bop, boop.
So apparently all the roads are flooded by my house.
How does that happen in California?
I literally live on a floodplain. Our elevation is 0.
I have a Minotaur I can get that has a horn.
There you go.
Are you ordering it?
Solomon Farrell housewife, or let's go Farrell, wants to know if you also like blowing the guy like David. Ooh, Saul, that's beautiful.
Oh, Solomon, do you enjoy blowing the guy?
What?
He's not a sailor yet. He doesn't know what blowing the guy is.
What?
You're on your own there, buddy.
And laughing.
Let's go with no. That's not my thing.
I mean,
that is complete, by the way.
That is awesome.
This is
that's really awesome.
The full catamaran sailor.
That's stunning. I love
done.
it.
So it does articulate, so the rudders actually turn like this, and the sail you can actually try and
It doesn't even look like a Lego set. It looks like something else.
That's very cool.
That's super cool.
So you actually can control it. There's little handles right here that you can control and swing the sail back and forth, and the jib as well.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Nice.
That's very cool.
So
you could probably get a little.
Though.
You could probably get a little RC remote controller and make that actually a remote control thing.
Probably. I mean, I think that Technic has like Lego adaptations with servos in it that we could probably hook up and do
That's
the
awesome.
thing. But it's supposed to float as well, so you can see, like David said, the hydrofoils in the bottom.
Put it in the bathtub and let's see if it floats.
And yeah, so it's pretty neat. And this actually
Gorgeous.
You spin this down and it actually lowers the hydrofoil.
How are the sheet lines controlled? I saw you working them.
So these there's a couple of levers on the back right here. So
Dave's quizzing you on your sailboat knowledge right now.
Right on the back, we've got that.
Okay. All right. Very cool.
The jib sheet, right? That'll swing the boom, which is neat. And then on this side,
I like that. That's very cool.
What's a cool set?
Have the mainsail right there.
That's really cool. I love it.
There's got to be some like way to hook up servos and stuff on that. They built that with a purpose.
They had to.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a pretty cool set. I'm not mad about it.
That thing is definitely going to sail.
I love it, Solomon. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So
well, there's no Spinnaker, so there's no guy.
Correct. Yeah.
The guideline is the one that goes to the end of the Spinnaker pole and controls the position of the Spinnaker.
None of these words are real things, David.
When you
they
they
are real words.
None of these are.
When you have to let down the Spinnaker, you blow the guy, and then you can collapse the Spinnaker.
You can blow the guy all you want. I'd
rather blow a guy than a gal.
Look,
teach their own.
If you're going to be on a sailboat, you have to accept the fact that you're going to be involved with sea in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, you know, all these Navy references are starting to make a lot more sense now.
Hi, Jess. Unless you're talking about the other Wendy. I think the other Wendy left chat a while ago. Hi, Jess.
So
I'm sure she's talking about you.
That's nice. That's nice. It actually highlights with the lamp in the back, so you can see that I built it.
Nice.
Something's off. Is your stream still going?
Mine?
Valhalla?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
So something's off on our views. I don't know what's going on.
I think we lost a bunch of views with the Fanta comments.
No. Just the view count between the streams and what I'm seeing on the StreamYard. Something's off.
Yeah.
Not in total. Just it's weird. Okay. Oh well.
Anyway, so David and I are going to go sailing, and of course, we're going to be obligated to stream
blow the
that
guy
somehow, so you can all watch as we blow the guy.
I mean, I sent David a picture of my sail. I wouldn't mind a picture of or a video of the blowing the guys. Just saying.
Now, Wendy, you said that you've sailed a lot before, and now you're
I did in
interested
high school.
In a motorboat or a moto sailor? Like, what would you prefer?
Well, I'm motorboat.
It was a sailboat. It was a moto sailor. It was a 35-foot. Starts with a C.
Catamaran.
No.
Catalina.
Yeah.
There's Cal 30s, Cal 20s.
It was a Catalina. It was beautiful. Okay. We had a really good time. I caught my first trout off. I mean, my first rainbow trout on that boat.
Oh, sure.
It's a freshwater fish.
Yeah, we used to sail. So in my area, there's the delta, like where it's like the river, and then it goes into the ocean.
Okay.
And so we sailed. If you go under this one bridge, you would go right in between the two, so you could go get both fresh and saltwater. It was really fun.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Little brackish water.
Yeah. I'm excited to learn that Solomon wants to sail because now I have an excuse to get his ass to Michigan.
I think it's great.
I mean, I'm not against going to Michigan. I was actually, before I met you, I was in Michigan. My son attended Interlochen. My eldest son, he went to.
That sounds familiar.
It's in Interlochen, Michigan, so up by Traverse City.
Oh, okay.
And it's like a music thing where they go and they have like a summer camp, and he spent like 7 weeks through the summer, right before his senior year up there, and I went to visit him. So I was actually.
Did you go through the UP or you go down through Chicago?
I went through the UP. I wanted to go through the more scenic route, so I got to, swing up through the UP and see the dunes and all the things as I made the trip across the bridge.
Definitely a more enjoyable drive.
Yeah, don't go to Chicago if you can help it.
Yeah, to hell with driving through Chicago. It's awful.
Gross.
Well, you could take the ferry across too.
I debated it. It wasn't going to work with my timeline, so I just figured that I'd drive around.
Thanks.
Valhalla, your messaging is me.
No, I did that.
Nope.
Oh, Wendy did that. Oh, okay. Wendy's chatting as both of us.
I have faith in her. Okay.
Very cool. So we did. We reached the goal of the last campaign, fundraising campaign. What's the next goal?
So I think that we set the next goal for 65. We set for an additional 15 on top, and a lot of that is really just set aside to go to experts. There are a lot of experts to hire. I would love to be able to set aside $17,000 independent of paying for the appellate fund to just hire Kenneth Maines to go and cold case deep dive the information that is available around and try and find the real killer or whatever happened for real. Kenneth Maines, if you don't know who he is a former police detective that cracks cold cases. That's what his focus is. He's networked with a lot of experts that specialize in what needs to be studied for cold cases to figure out what might have happened and thoroughly investigate. And he has connections with some mainstream media outlets and might be able to give us like a press release to send to them to try and overturn stuff. But 17,000 is not a small chunk of money, and we were lucky to raise as much as we have. So every dollar at this point is really going to supporting what's necessary for the appeal. Oh, nice, Valhalla. Very good.
Beautiful.
That was too quick.
Sorry.
Well, we raised 550 tonight, and the last one came from Wendy H. She gave herself.
Wendy, thank you.
You know I can't go. Without doing that.
Well, I will say, since how we met the goal, we will do one more of these in a celebratory fashion, shall we?
I'll do one. I'll do another one.
Oh, yeah. Please toast you.
Here's to freedom.
Oh, I like that.
There we go.
I'll drink to freedom any day of the week, yo.
Amen,
Thanks.
brother.
Freedom.
Do we know about the judge that pew-pewed her boyfriend?
Who?
I do not. That's interesting.
Ooh.
I haven't heard about that one.
Did you hear?
Did you hear about the Acorn cop?
What an idiot! Yes.
Oh my god, y'all!
Did you watch that?
I watched.
Yes.
I watched a
where
little
he's
of it.
screaming, "I'm hit!" when the Acorn hit the top of his car and he's unloading his clip into the back of the.
Oh, I didn't catch all that.
Fool. Yeah.
I just saw him mag dumping. I didn't see like the whole thing.
Yeah. No. He claimed that he was
the
shot
Acorn
and he
hits the
couldn't
top
use
of
his
his car.
leg.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he dives on the ground and he's screaming, "I'm hit! I'm hit!" And he's just like he unloads 2 or 3 clips into the back of that car. It's a lot. It's quite a bit, and for an Acorn hitting the top of his squad.
The the guy was an absolute fool. He, for some reason, thought he was hit in the legs. or something. I don't get it. How you do that? He claims he's never shot before, so he didn't know what it was supposed to have felt like. Well, it doesn't feel like an acorn falling on your truck.
It would hurt. It would definitely not feel like nothing.
That is a terrified individual that has no business with a gun and has no business in a position where he is supposed to be the savior of a community. That dude has no business with a firearm.
Did the guy in the car get shot at all?
No, he didn't even hit anything.
Unscathed. I thought it was a woman in the car.
I have no idea. But
no,
whoever
it was a guy.
Didn't get hit.
So the story is that a guy had borrowed his girlfriend's car, and she wanted it back. He refused to return it, but he kept driving by the house, taunting her with it. So she called the police, and they were there, like when the guy drove by or something. Somehow they came into contact with this guy in the car. Well, she had said that he had a firearm, and they thought they saw a suppressor, or somehow there was a suppressor involved. So the guy's thinking there's a silencer and a gun, but they didn't find one in the car after the suspect had already been locked up in the back seat, So when the acorn hit the car, he for some reason thought he was being shot at by a gun with a silencer, which none of that makes sense unless you're trying to come up with justification after the fact.
He was an Army infantry officer?
Yeah.
First of all, if he was an officer,
Well, that kind of makes more sense.
Wait,
yeah,
was he an officer?
Exactly.
Was he an officer, or was he an enlisted that reached a higher rank? I mean,
typically,
maybe he was an NCO. He wasn't that old. I can't imagine he got a college degree and then went into the military and then became a police officer. He was only a cop for 2 years.
Okay, so at the that would have put him at like the youngest at like 25. He could have still pulled that off.
He was an E4, so he was a non-commissioned officer.
If he was an E4, he was not an officer.
He's not an officer
or a non-commissioned officer. That's
correct.
I was an E4. That's the highest ranking enlisted before a non-commissioned officer. Okay. E5 sergeant is the first non-commissioned officer rank.
Yeah.
So he was basically me. He did what I did in the infantry. Got out.
Except
the same
he's not a
did.
Combat veteran like you are.
So you
hold up. How do you go through the infantry in today's army without being a combat vet? That doesn't happen unless you're a piece of shit.
He was in the band. He was probably in the band.
He was in the band.
That's Baker Burn. Baker Burn.
He has a great embouchure.
If you're in the infantry in the last 20 years and you didn't deploy in combat, you very intentionally made that happen, and you are a piece of shit.
Hello.
Period. Fight me.
I don't know. I'm not. I wasn't. I was almost in the military, Valhalla. Did I tell you that?
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
Every time apparently Valhalla says that he's a vet, someone says, "Oh, I was almost. I almost went into the military."
Not every time, but it's one of those things that
if he went to West Point, then he was not an E4.
If he went to West Point, he was an officer.
He was at least a lieutenant. So I don't know if that's
right. What's this douchebag's name? We all have Google machines in front of us. Let's see. Acorn Cop.
Thank you, Jess 2003. We hope you've all enjoyed our Lego stream. We've thoroughly enjoyed our special guest star, Solomon Anderson.
I'm glad this finally happened, Saul. I'm glad we
Me too, Solomon. We've been dying to have you on.
I don't know if you learned anything about me. I don't know.
We learned so much about you.
We certainly did.
We learned about books you recommend. We learned about your dreams. We learned what you would do with $10 million. We learned about your future dreams, not just your if I had $10 million, this is what I would do, but your actual, real, planned dreams about your future. We're excited for you.
I mean, I feel like as you grow up as a human being, you figure out that like the 10-year plan is more valuable than when you're a kid. Like my 19-year-old, he can't even plan a week. He's just at a point in his life where he just can't figure it out. But I'm hoping that he does, and he's going to join the military actually. So
nice.
It's not that I mean, technically, I guess he's almost joined the military, Valhalla. But
this is your 20-year-old.
Yeah, he turns 20 this year. He ships out
Nice.
in April.
Oh wow, he's gonna go in the Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force. Okay, good for him.
Air Force.
If I had a kid and they were joining the military, I'd tell them to join the Air Force.
Yep,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
So
Especially if I had a female, if I had a daughter, that would be probably the only service I would want her to be in.
I think some of it depends on profession, like what.
Yeah,
what you're
for
doing.
sure.
Well, a lot of it depends on like aptitude too.
Yeah.
He
scored very well.
I'm sure that your kid is not a dummy. I'm sure that that's not a concern that you've ever had.
Yeah, he's. I think he's going into linguistics. So
nice.
Nice.
There's a lot of intelligence opportunities.
He claims. Okay, so he claims, this cop claims, that he did 2 rotations in Afghanistan, but he never saw combat because he was an officer.
Then he was not an E4. He was an O something.
That's what he claims.
So he wasn't an E4. He was an officer, and that's quite possible because a lot of officers have desk jobs, right? You can be in a command element that never goes outside the wire. That's not.
My son-in-law will never see combat, but he's deployed all the time.
Sure.
He's an officer in the Air Force.
And even in the infantry, like even you can be in the infantry and be in like a command regiment or post or whatever, and not actually have to do anything.
It looks like he was a police sergeant.
Then he
was a sergeant.
If he's a sergeant, he's an E, not an O.
This dude,
there's so much is off. It's all so off.
This dude was an infantry officer.
Yeah, but a police sergeant.
Right,
So
I get that. Which means that he was proficient enough at his police officer job duty to be in charge of other police officers. He was as a sergeant, you're in charge, right? You have officers underneath you. So this dude was an infantry officer, 2 tours in Afghanistan, and blew up over an acorn hitting the top of his car.
The sergeant's saying where they're using his body cam in training and education to show what not to do.
Oh yeah.
So
you know what?
I do want to point out.
Go ahead, Sal.
That it's confirmation bias in action. Okay, so we've been talking about on Nick's stream last night we were talking about confirmation bias quite a bit with Andrew Branca, and the idea that a police officer is primed. Okay, so this police officer is primed that this person has a weapon, that there's a suspected silencer and things like that. So his decisions in the moment are based on the predication that this person has access to a firearm and a silencer. So in his mind, he's already on edge. He's primed for this reaction. The acorn hits the top of his roof. In his mind, it's not anything besides the gun because he's most paranoid about it. And it's a really important thing to point out that, yes, it's ridiculous and laughable and that it's a tremendous overreaction on his part and that it was the wrong thing to do. But confirmation bias in his role in a situation where he's concerned about his safety led him to make those decisions in that moment. And as much as the rest of us can make fun of him for that split-second decision, in his mind, he was under fire. And I'm not saying that that's an excuse for him to unload 2 clips, but the reality is that his
magazine,
mind,
sir.
He was
magazine, not a clip.
Fair enough, but but so he, I don't know if it was 2 or 3. I remembered 2 from the video when I watched it. But the reality is that he was already set in that position, in that trajectory.
But he said he couldn't walk, he couldn't get up because he was shot. And what is it? Why is he so paranoid that his legs aren't working?
I will fight to the death and my belief that is a man that should not be a cop and should not have a gun and should not be in the position he's in.
I don't disagree with you that it was clear that his training had failed him both in his service in the military and in his police service, right? There's no question that how he reacted and what he did was not the proper thing. But the confirmation bias of the position, the moment in time where that was what his mind decided was what was happening. It does matter because
it matters. It does matter, and it mattered between each one of those trigger pulls. So he had 2 magazines. He had 30 attempts to reassess the situation.
That's true.
And a reload. That's a bad cop, y'all.
Did you watch the video? How much time did it take?
All right,
was quick.
We're gonna watch it. We're gonna pull it up.
Let's watch it. Nathan C says, "Play the damn video."
I know.
Y'all, I have. Go ahead. Play the video.
My dad freaked out about the balloon popping today. By the way, PTSD.
Well, I'm well aware.
Yeah,
I am.
And I know you know.
Very well aware.
But if he wasn't ever seen in combat, he shouldn't have that.
Well, not necessarily.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired!
There's somebody in the middle of the street.
I'm hit!
Oh, no.
And he's not hit.
He's not hit.
I'm in the car! I was shot through the car!
No, he's not shot.
He's not shot.
Gotta watch out for those acorns.
Oh, they need to take him out. He needs to be off the street. This isn't
Yes.
okay.
That dude shouldn't have been a cop in the first place.
No.
It's bad. It's real bad.
I'm good.
Oh, he just legit made a gun go off 1,000,000 times.
Unfit for duty.
I don't know.
Agreed.
I hear
I might have hit my
women in the
vest.
background.
Hey, Kaiser.
Hey, Kaiser. How you doing, buddy?
But did we see the timestamp of how quickly he unloaded all those shots?
Well, that's irrelevant, though, right?
Well, it's not irrelevant when
it's
they
a
want
little
to
bit irrelevant.
prosecute you
Yeah.
and say that, he shot 18 shots. He shot, he intended to murder him.
He
Right?
did. He absolutely did intend to murder whoever was in that car.
Yeah, I know, but they're like, they want to count between each bullet. Each time he pulled the trigger, that was an opportunity to stop and blah, blah,
It
blah.
was.
That's how the prosecutors will skew this if it's self-defense without a police officer.
I'm all on board.
Hey, Shizzy.
I'm not.
Hey, Shizzy.
What's up, Shizzy? How you doing, bud?
How you doing, bud? You know that
This is the one thing that I disagree with Dave a lot on, and other members of YouTube as well.
I don't know.
Right?
I felt like it.
What's that, Val?
The thing that I believe and hold dear to my heart is that if you're put in a position that gives you the authority to end somebody's life, you need to be better than anybody else at that fucking job.
I love you for saying that. Thank you.
If you make a mistake as a police officer, you made a mistake bigger than any of us could ever dream of making, and you should be punished for making that mistake. I get flack from Bronca especially, and Dave as well, for
I don't know if you
and
get
this is
flack
no
from
shade
them,
at
right?
Bronca.
You don't
This is
get
no
flack.
shade at Bronca. No shade at Bronca. This isn't not flack necessarily, but I get pushback or whatever. I get disagreed with on this fact because Bronca especially has said that this will lead to a lower standard in our overall police force. And I disagree wholeheartedly.
No, I disagree.
I think that getting rid of bad cops can only improve the police force.
I agree.
I completely agree with you. Either getting rid of or retraining. Right?
Yeah.
I want to interject something. My father-in-law
Yes, Kaiser.
was a TV. My father-in-law was a TV evangelist, and he used to say, "You have to stay above reproach. If you're in a position of power, you stay above reproach."
Right.
I agree with too many facts. All right, but let's go back.
I've made actually repeatedly is that police officers actually have expanded rights as their position, right? They have the power to physically detain, arrest, and kill or maim someone and do it lawfully. Now, with that, power comes greater responsibility. So they should have a greater accountability
100%.
for the abuse of their power.
I agree.
Which also means that they need a higher level of training than they already received. Yes. Because I believe that police officer training is woefully inept for what they have to deal with in the real world.
Oh, 100%.
And because of that, we have situations like this where police officers are undertrained. Where the case in Kenosha where the police officer shot the guy in the back getting into his car who allegedly had a gun, who was threatening his ex-girlfriend. That was a few years ago. I can't remember his name right now. But that was caught on video. That was lack of training. Hand-to-hand combat is undertrained. How to detain someone without maiming them or actually crushing their airway is not trained well. So there are a lot of things that need to be trained better, and whether or not the police officer is trainable in those aspects of their role is
trainable.
Important.
You hit the nail on the head. Are they trainable?
It is important.
Yeah. Anybody is trainable. Every single human being on the planet is trainable. And trust me when I tell you, I've had to train some absolutely ridiculous human beings. I can promise you that they might not be great, but they're going to do what they're supposed to do eventually, right? With the right amount of training. And this goes back to what we were talking about earlier, where you develop a culture of bad police, right? Where you're in a department where let me collect my thoughts for a second, because I'm not explaining what I'm trying to explain very well.
Yeah, we'll wait for you.
A culture of corruption like Kenosha.
Well, yes, but in a good department, in a good department, though, that training is going to happen. That good training that you need will happen one way or the other. It'll be a group of dudes that go to the gym and hit the mat room and practice jujitsu 3 days a week, right? It'll be the guys that go to the shooting range on their own and actually get the marksmanship training in that they need. There's a culture that you need to have as law enforcement and or military that determines whether or not your unit is going to be good or bad. And that culture needs to be everywhere in America. It has to be. Otherwise we're going to fail, y'all. We're going to fail.
I think that there are some preventative measures that could be implemented in the
for sure.
We talk about the blue wall, right? The boys club that is the police force as it stands right now.
Yep.
You know, in healthcare, we have something where we stop the line, right? Where there is something going wrong, and that we have a culture in healthcare where someone can say, "I'm not comfortable with this. I need clarification." That
like a police officer coming in and demanding a blood draw.
Right. So there isn't a culture like that in policing where police officers feel comfortable checking each other and saying, "I'm not comfortable with what you're doing. What you're doing right
That's
there
a problem,
isn't
though.
Correct." And that is a problem that requires training and or policies in police agencies.
Well, they have that.
Correct.
They do have that. That exists in the world. That exists in good departments.
What you need is a zero consequence policy, and that is almost unheard of. And because I blame unions are friends.
I'll agree with that.
Don't tell Nicholas
that. Their wives hang out and get along, right? Their wives are friends. They're friends. They go bowling, they play sports together, they do all of the things. Their lives are interconnected. So are you going to then file a report on your buddy who then just violated somebody's rights?
You need to.
You need to.
Yes, you need to. But is the culture there? Because
the culture's not there yet. But I'm teaching my child now to be a part of the culture that encourages positive peer pressure.
But you guys, this isn't something that you can just like teach your child, right? Like if you send the best meaning child to a Baltimore PD, good luck, bro. Good luck. You're going to be as corrupt or dead, right?
Right. Did you see the book that was written? Jen actually has it upstairs right now. That is like she might be able to put it in chat, but like I Got a Monster, I think is the title of the book. It's about the corruption in the Baltimore PD, and how they would play games where they would try and get access to people's houses where they wanted to search or seize drugs and then sell them and then take the profit. And they would claim that they saw a ghost, and they would interview people after fake seeing a suspect run into a building so they could then search it. The Baltimore PD, I don't know if it's changed since this book was written. But
Baltimore PD is bad.
It is like one of the worst humanly possible police departments for corruption because of what they were doing. And it's important to recognize that these people are fallible and that we need to hold them to a higher level of accountability. It's not like in Kenosha where we have detectives like Anschutz who falsify police reports and who violate people's constitutional rights and then just get promoted to detective.
Well, that's
doing these sort of things. We're looking at people and we're letting them abuse the law and then continue to let them abuse more citizens because they're bad cops. And this is a problem in our society, or a problem in our police forces, where we're then supporting it. We're allowing it to happen.
If we see that in Kenosha, right? If we see that Gravely is a corrupt DA, and who was the asshole before Gravely?
Which one? Jamboy?
Jamboy was corrupt as fuck. The detectives are all corrupt as fuck. Kenosha, and we're using Kenosha as an example because it fits perfectly.
Relevant to our
right, and it's real.
Yes.
Kenosha is it's a culture of doing whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
And they're going to continue to do whatever the fuck they want until either people go to jail or people lose their entire livelihood. One of the two.
Well,
they need to be sued civilly.
In this situation, you have a DA that's willing to try and bury the police misconduct by sending it to a neighboring county where they can.
Why do you think the police feel that they can do the misconduct? Because they know that everybody above them is perfectly okay with it. They know that Gravely's got their back. If Gravely's not directing most of the detectives' bullshit, get wrecked, Gravely, you fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, get wrecked.
So how do you combat that as a citizen? That's the question. We have people that are elected officials.
Well, we need to hold people accountable. We need to hold these elected officials accountable. We need to stand up and make our voices heard and
we also need to make better voting choices. We need to be educated about who we're voting for. I know until the Zachariah Anderson case came about, I didn't care or know or understand anything about who I was voting for DA. I cared about voting for the president and for my governor and for maybe a state senator or two, but I didn't care about judges or DAs or any of that.
Well, all of that starts at the local level, right?
Local matters so much more. And I think
where the elections actually matter.
Yeah.
That's what I keep saying. Everyone needs to remember that the 90% of the laws that affect you are the local laws, the local prosecutor, the local your city council, even your county level.
City council, are the ones county council, state legislatures.
Yep.
If we vote those, hi Danielle, how are you, babe? If we vote those people in and demand that they hold everybody accountable, that's the culture that we can provide to the system.
In my county, the sheriff is a huge political force. Like
sheriffs are huge.
I never cared about voting for sheriff. I'm like,
sheriffs have huge power.
Yep. I live in a rural community, so that's super important. Even in a non-rural community,
huge power.
Yeah, because they also, what a lot of people don't know is the sheriff controls the local jail, not the prison. That's a state, but the jail. It's huge.
Danielle, you're amazing.
I love Danielle. Danielle's amazing.
That third shot of tequila, it wasn't my friend.
No.
No.
I was gonna ask Solomon, but he's gone for a second, so I guess I'll wait till he gets back. But I was gonna.
Let's go try to set this up.
Yeah, what are you doing over there, man?
I'm trying to.
Okay. Oh, it's good. I see it.
So what I'm trying to do is set it up so that it's actually like Valhalla's.
I'll be right back, you guys.
There's Valhalla live on stream. Trying to get it there.
It's awesome.
It turned out pretty good.
It's pretty good. I like it.
Wait, we got it. Wait, hang on. Oh, we got to do
it.
side by side. Well, we can't do side by side, can we? Like
we could if we kicked everybody else backstage.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Trying to get it like in the camera's location.
It's pretty close.
It's not bad, except you don't have a bunny on your table.
That's true.
You got the turtle tank behind you. You got your plant, your window.
I could go get a bunny if it made your thing better. I could go get a rabbit out of the barn.
That's right.
So Solomon, sir, you made a comment earlier that you felt we didn't really get to know you that well. What do we need to know about you that we didn't learn tonight?
Need to know?
Oh,
Nothing.
yeah.
You don't need to know.
What would you like us to know about you that we didn't learn tonight? Where did we lack in our interview skills?
Well, I mean, I've talked a little bit about myself before. I just don't know that there's anything new about it. About me as a human being. Clearly, I'm just a regular dude that had his brother convicted that wasn't willing to stand for the injustice. So I couldn't do nothing about it. And I just kind of found myself in the right circumstances to be able to get the megaphone with you guys and with like Jeff from Legal Vices.
And we're so glad you did.
To be able to talk about it. And realistically, this whole experience has been, it's clearly life-changing. This is something that I didn't really think about as much before.
And hopefully nobody else out there has to go be in your position, hopefully.
Amen, brother.
Yeah. I think that there was a time where I had watched a discussion where they were talking about the appellate court system and wrongful convictions, and there were some prosecutors that made the comment, like sort of a flippant comment, well, that's what the appellate system is for. But what they don't talk about is the level of collusion and corruption that exists in the appellate system as well. Because a large number of the appellate judges are former trial judges that are friends with the trial judges and who are then also friends with the Supreme Court judges, and then they're friends with the Attorney General of the state, and they all play the same game. They're all in it together. They're all in the boys' club together. And David, we've talked about this idea that prosecutors and judges work together a lot, and they have a relationship in the courtroom, and they clearly take advantage of that in order to get things under the radar, to get the judge to cooperate with them. And the systemic injustice that exists is because of the unmitigated and unchecked disaster that is this system that then is everybody trying to cover each other as opposed to trying to protect the citizens' rights.
Right. And, even, some of the defense attorneys, when you're a public defender, you're in there a lot too. And it is kind of a friendly, what happened to Valhalla?
Oh, I changed the name. I thought it was going to pull up my name, and never mind. I was trying to be silly and sneaky. It didn't work.
There, we can do that.
My bad.
What I was going to say, though, is, at the end of the day, you still have to try to convince 12 of your peers. And I think we have a fundamental societal issue where people see charges and they think guilty. And unless you prove otherwise, even I don't know if I was talking to Steve Gosney on either the one of my live streams or if it was during his interview. But he said, he is of the opposite opinion that most attorneys are, where you don't ever put your client on the stand. He always leans towards put your client on the stand and have them testify, because the people, the citizenry, the jurors, expect you to prove your innocence and prove your defense, and that's a horrible state to be in. But I think it's we've come so far from this whole let's inherently not trust the government to let's inherently trust the government. It's scary.
Well, and the younger generations are way more trusting of the government than we were, or our parents or grandparents ever were.
Yeah,
we should be the opposite.
Or our founding fathers, when they put in the Second Amendment.
Anybody with a half ounce of common sense. Yeah.
Where they believe in the right to revolution and the oppression of the government, right? Because that is a problem inherently in our society.
When the state is prosecuting you for attempted kidnapping of the governor and is using your posts quoting the founding fathers as proof of your terroristic intent,
we have a problem. We have a problem.
That is a problem.
So it's a huge societal issue, and I don't know what to do about it except spread the good word as much.
Be better parents, y'all. Be better parents.
Thank you. I say that all the time.
Yeah, we say that, but then you get people in McKinley who are like, "Oh, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but still."
I always say be effective parents. It's not about being a better parent. It's about being an effective parent.
Think of what the school system is indoctrinating or not indoctrinating our children into. It's not just you as a parent. It is now a system where we're like with Zach, where they're stealing parental rights, right? We're in the Jennifer Crumley case where they're holding her accountable for his
ridiculous. She's going to spend the rest of her
appropriate.
life in prison for the crimes that another human being committed.
Disgusting.
Yeah,
exactly. All right. And Solomon, David, Wendy, I would love to do this stream one day. I'm not about to start it tonight at 12:48 a.m.
Right. Amen.
But this is a great. We should do this stream someday.
Yeah,
the problems with society and how we're all gonna.
But for now, we're just building Lego sets. And having fun.
We are building Lego sets.
Solomon, sir, it has been a pleasure as always. I love and appreciate you, buddy. And like I've always said, I will do anything I can to help you out, man.
Thank you.
Always.
And we'll do this. Solomon, I got to interview you for the documentary I'm putting together.
Heck
Guys,
yeah.
stay tuned for that. And your sister and anyone else that's
my sister's supposed to have a baby like this past week. So
it'll be a bit.
So
yeah. She's uber pregnant.
She's super pregnant, ready to pop.
Congratulations, Zena. That's amazing.
Looking like Octomom.
I know, right? Good for her. I've got a bunch of babies. It's all right.
Well, at some point then we'll interview her when she's ready for that. But I'm still working on that, and that's going to be, hopefully it's going to be nice. I did send out a ton of discovery requests. So I'm hoping to get more videos that I can share with everybody once I get them. And so thanks everyone for joining us. Solomon, thank you for being on our Lego stream and building Legos with us. I'm super jealous of your Lego build.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, the boat's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I'll bring that in.
Yeah, look at that. That thing's cool.
Stunning.
I just built Valhalla here.
Just Valhalla. No big deal. Just built my Lego studio or YouTube studio. Lego studio.
In the United States.
Thanks everybody for super chatting and everything else, and the gifted memberships over on Valhalla's. I don't think I get. Oh, I did get gifted memberships.
Chat, y'all
Thank you
rock.
for the gifted member.
You did, everybody. You did.
Yeah, chat is awesome.
Hell yes.
Right.
Free Zachariah Anderson.
We're gonna go out on the new intro. Oh yeah. Wait, hang on.
And we love you all so much. Have a wonderful night.
Hell yes.
Bye.
Good night.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm gonna buy Legos again because this was so fun.
No one told me this was a race.
It's not a race.
No. Oh yeah.
Valhalla Awaits and myself, MLS, interview various YouTubers while at the same time building Legos.
Steve, what are you looking at? You are really intently looking at something.
I dropped the piece and I can't find it.
It's tougher than you think.
It got interesting. Being interviewed and trying to do Lego at the same time, harder than it seems.
It's a great guest to have on too. In the beginning, he was kind of like, as we all were in the beginning, how should we act and stuff like that. Now he's such a fun guy to be around.
I hadn't built Legos since I was a youngin', and I don't know exactly what I'm doing.
Then he said something about like a tramp stamp or something, and the girls were like, "Hey, where is that? What's this all about? I'll show you mine if you show me yours." And I'm like, "Whoa, this is not that type of stream."